up by $37.16. Cocoa is trading at $5,725 per ton, up by $71.
And those were updates from the currency and the commodities market, bringing an end to the business news on Sunrise. For more stories, kindly check out our website. It's 3news.com/business. I am Michael Obodu. Thank you for tuning in. As always, please stay safe.
Sunrise. This is 3FM 92.7. Always a pleasure to come your way with another exciting edition of what is a riveting breakfast show from the capital. And it goes beyond the capital as well. That's what's most exciting about it, right? Because we're live on Kesmi 107.1 FM in Tamale, W93.1 in Wara as well. You can listen to us because outside of these platforms as well, right? We're on Facebook, our handle 3FM927. We're streaming live right now. You can be a part of the conversation. So are we live on YouTube? It's exactly 6:23. Usually every morning when I come, it's 6:23. There's a lucky number 23, right? A lucky number 23. But we always start with a quick message for you here on the show, and then we get into the weather. Kind Ketsi, the Ghana Meteorological Agency. We get into some great music. Kind Ketsi, DJ Phil. We return with the newspapers for you, and today we have a very important conversation, right? The 24-hour economy policy. What do you know about it? It's been one of the many things the minority continues to ask this present government about. Where are the 1 job, 3 shifts you promise the youth of this country? Why are we on that? Why are we not seeing 1 job, 3 shifts, amongst other things? Dr. Ishmael Nidodo will join us from the 24-hour Economy Authority. It's no longer a secretariat. It's an authority, has legislative backing and all. Send in your thoughts and your questions in relation to that and more with us this morning as well on the show, and I will do the reading for you. 053-220-0927. 053-220-0927. 0927. That's the WhatsApp number by which you can share your thoughts with us. From now, right now till the show ends, all throughout, I am open and I'm eager to hear from you as well. Questions, thoughts, and expectations as well in relation to not just the 24-hour economy that we'll be seeking to get into a lot later this morning, but all other things, right? From the newspaper conversations and all of that. This morning as well, woke up to news of a tipper truck crashing into some other vehicles at Ofankor barrier, killing a number of persons, with the Ghana National Fire Service, as we understand, engaged in rescue operations as we speak. We'll continue to urge a lot of caution on the road, because in the last few weeks there's been pockets of incidents of such nature on our roads. One person dead here, two dead there, and what have you. Let's continue to be cautious on the road. We need our street lights fixed, amongst other things. So let me get you into our message of motivation for this morning. And it's about how easy it is to start, because starting anything can be exciting, right? A new notebook, think about it. Back then when we were a little younger, and for the young ones who are listening, anytime we get a new notebook, it has lots of empty pages where we can write and write and write. A new business carries the hopes and aspirations and the possibilities of things to come. A new relationship obviously will come with a lot of excitement. Future plans being rolled out and laid bare, amongst other things. And a new idea feels almost weightless because none of its difficulties have arrived yet. Finishing any of these things, however, is different. By then, the novelty which started it all has disappeared. The work involved has become repetitive, and the excitement has made its exit long ago. There are unfinished details, inconvenient obstacles, and days when the original enthusiasm is nowhere to be found. That is where something important begins to reveal itself. It is not the talent that you have, it is not the ambition, but character. Anyone can enjoy the beginning of something. Finishing, however, asks whether the commitment was deeper than the excitement that introduced it. And there is something particular, right, about a satisfaction in completing something that stopped being interesting halfway through. Not because the unfinished thing will necessarily change the world, but sometimes finishing simply means keeping faith with a promise made to an earlier version of oneself. A book completed after the difficult chapter. A qualification earned after the enthusiasm disappeared. A project brought to the line after several frustrating revisions. A difficult conversation finally concluded instead of being postponed indefinitely. And all of this finds a place in Scripture where it contains a deceptively simple instruction. Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Because a race has a beginning, but it also has somewhere to arrive. And that is very important. Because unfinished things occupy peculiar space in the mind. They remain open loops, quietly demanding attention. Completion closes those loops. Wisdom sometimes means abandoning something that should never have been started. Finishing, however, is not a virtue. But when something remains worth doing, there is dignity in carrying it across the line. And I want to leave us with just these words. That when the excitement disappears, we let commitment decide whether the work deserves to continue. And that is a quiet word I will leave all of us with today. It will get us into the weather. Kind courtesy the Ghana Meteorological Agency this morning, who, of the many things, say that early this morning, patches of mist or fog are expected over part of the coastal forests and mountainous areas. Elsewhere, it will be mostly cloudy, and we are expecting a cool night and early morning temperatures across the country. Mist is expected in Aflao, Anlogan, Accra, Kaswa, Winneba, Cape Coast, Takrady, Axim, Ho, Koforidia, Akemoda, Kweutafo, Kumasi, Obuasi, Takwa, and Seshibekwai. The forest and transition zones, however, Ketakrachi, Atebubu, Ijra, and Kintampo will be mostly cloudy, whilst Gwaso, Sunyain, Techiman, and Sampa will be misty. In Yendi, Tamale, Bole, Damango, Bologatanga, Nalerugu, Wa, and Jirapa, it is also expected to be mostly cloudy, whereas the state of the sea today is expected to be rough. It's an added caution as to being safe and driving carefully on the road. That's the weather as well. Kind courtesy the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Let me say special good mornings to Codjoe as well, who's already in the studio with me. K, I trust that all is well with you this morning.
Yes, Mawuena. I'm doing very well.
Fantastic. Grace of God has been sufficient.
DJ.
Master Phil, eh?
Yeah. You're glowing this morning.
It's a feel the glue. It is dapper white.
Yes.
This is a white tea.
Yeah. A white tea and a spare tie.
Yeah. We're on a fundraising campaign to get fresh ties.
And then our beautiful lady.
No, I'm not sure you can bring in Helen. You are why I say you cannot bring in Helen. I'll mention to you when you begin to play the great music.
But why can he bring me in? Oh. He'll have to play Plurianimeton, but taking Fakoli. Then I would commit. Then
you commit.
Yes.
Plurianimeton. I will.
Yes.
Yeah. Once there is motivation, DJ Phil will play. Let's get into some great music, right? After which we'll return, and the beautiful Helen as well walks in. Phil says he has a tax for you. He's a tax collector today. I wonder what your response will be to him this morning as well.
Government agency
does he work for?
Does he work for?
And suddenly he wants to be collecting tax.
I want to see my taxes work for me. So what's in it for me? What do I get when I pay my taxes?
He's dedicated song.
Okay. I'll see him in chambers. No wahala.
Fantastic.
It's nothing. I'm manifesting wealth, a hefty bank account,
and $1 million.
And $1 million. So I'm manifesting it. Everything that I want is within my reach. If you want to tap into this manifestation, say amen.
Amen.
In fact, repeat after me. And if you're driving to work or wherever, say, I am abundant.
I am abundant.
I am abundantly abundant.
I am abundantly abundant.
I am walking in abundance.
I am walking in abundance.
I am the embodiment of abundance.
I am the embodiment of abundance.
Everything I touch today will multiply tenfold.
Everything I touch today will multiply tenfold.
Amen.
Amen. DJ Phil, take it away.
Expected one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm. Discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm. Discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm. Discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm. Discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm. Discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm. Discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis, group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis, group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis, group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis, group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis, group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis, group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. from Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds.
Pray, Legiwa. Legiwa.
Taking Jaffa Koli.
Taking Jaffa Koli.
He's Ivorian, right?
Yes, he's
It's
Ivorian.
Ivorian, yeah. I think I've seen the song on social media,
But
and it's
based in Paris.
yeah, but he's based in Paris. It speaks to slavery, speaks to exploitation of pretty much the world by Western powers and all of
This
that.
song?
Yes.
Oh, tu parles français?
No, there was a translation, so that helped greatly.
Oh, c'est bon.
You know,
you speak-
in 20
Oui, oui, je parle.
in the year 2003, he was actually exiled
From his own home country.
Yeah, from Cote d'Ivoire.
Oh, for
his
speaking
politically charged reggae music, fiercely denouncing government and things like that. He's a man of the people.
I see.
Yes. He's the Bob Marley of that
Ivorian
space, that era.
Yeah.
But even across West Africa and globally, he's known for that kind of consciousness.
Who do we have in our space who makes music that really speaks to leadership, governance, persecution, oppression?
I'm not sure.
Black Rasta has one song like that. Steve President, why you thieving so? You thief la la la, and you thief la la la. Steve President, why you thief so? That's my song request of the morning. Yes. Black Rasta.
Black Rasta.
Yes.
I think Black Rasta has a fair few songs in that kind of like thief.
Why you thief so? Thief President, why
Yeah.
a banger.
He has a few of those thought-provoking songs which goes directly to.
It doesn't get any more direct than Thief President. I mean the lyrics.
We have Rocky Dawuni as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So he makes globally conscious music.
Music.
Yes.
Even Raskuku.
Poem music.
Poem President.
Yeah. Poem music as well. He does a few of those.
We just played for you.
We just dropped the banger for you.
That's all.
With simple ease.
That's all. That's
Thief
all.
President
That's
by
all.
Black by Black Rasta.
Conscious music.
He performed this song somewhere, and it was so funny. I'll leave the detail for him.
Mawuena, say it.
If you know,
you know.
In fact, go on our socials and we'll post a clip for you. If you know, you know.
If you know,
If you
kind
know, you
of
know.
situation. Because Black Rasta is up there.
Yeah.
It's up there as part of the conscious artist.
Another one of Black Rastas I like is Gaddafi.
Yeah.
I like a bit of conscious music.
He's done some very interesting songs. Have to be. I mean, what a lot of people will remember him for knowing was that one he did for Barack Obama. But after that, he's done some very thought-provoking provoking songs as well. So yeah, Phil, you have Gaddafi as well. Fortunate news as well, which we all woke up to. Some say 5 feared dead, others say 10 feared dead, and all of that on the Ofankor barrier stretch. We're working the phone lines. We'll connect shortly with the Ghana National Fire Service because they are the first respondents to the scene. And I get the indication it's not a pleasant sight this morning from close sources. I mean, some of the persons who are helping to deal with the rescue situation as we speak. This morning, I have some persons who are close and are actually assisting in that work which is being done, and they tell us it's not a pleasant scene at all. That stretch, unfortunately, in the capital Accra, is easily the hottest spot when it comes to accidents. And I mean, on the back of the fact that 10 are feared dead already this morning, it begs the question, why? Why Ofankor barrier and why that stretch almost every time, right? I know the traffic, the street lights do not work.
Okay.
I've not been there in about some weeks now, but for the very long time that I've been there, particularly when you go at night, the street lights went over. I don't know if the situation has improved, Phil, because I know you sometimes go through there a lot. It's the same thing there. So a lot of the time there are highlights. Then there are sometimes a lot of these big trucks which are parked by the side. I don't get the indication that could be one of the reasons why. We'll seek to get an understanding, but far too many times there's been a road traffic incident on the Ofankor barrier stretch, Achimota to Pokwase stretch, and I don't know. It's a difficult.
We're still getting details. I know this transpired around, I'm looking at the messages, around 5 a.m. in the morning. That's where I think the first indication came through that there's been this accident. But Mawuena, as you said, we've got to wait for some more details to find out exactly the kinds of vehicles that are involved. I don't know if this is a commercial vehicle.
I hear there's a tipper truck involved.
Oh, okay.
A tipper truck and then a sprinter. So the sprinter, I suspect, will be like an early dawn. People are headed towards Accra at dawn. It happened around dawn. When I say around, it happened this dawn. So a tipper truck and then a sprinter. And so that was supposed it was carrying passengers.
Right.
And people are feared dead. I mean, it's you wake up in the morning trying to go get something like survival, right? And you end up in a gory crash, close to 10 people feared dead, amongst other things. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. But let's go through a number of the papers whilst we try and establish connection with the fire service, who were the first to arrive at the scene and have been attempting a rescue operation. They are still on it. And then as and when we connect with them, we'll bring you details of it. But if you can, perhaps it will be a good time to divert, because it will mean that there will be traffic build-up as well along the stretch, even as the works continue. And so if it were possible, you should find alternative routes as well this morning, even as the police and other security agencies will go in to try and help with dealing with the situation there.
Absolutely. Let's get stuck straight into the morning papers. As always, we'll take a look at the front pages and then we'll get into the details. The Daybreak newspaper says government speaks out over Adamu's mine ownership. And you've got the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, pictured here on the front page, repeating the unanchored mistake, how Act 1168 missed the opportunity to fix Ghana's apex security architecture. Love letter to new defense minister. The army needs a reset. And Dr. Kwabena Kukufu eyes running mate's job, says 60.4% supporters back candidacy. On the front page of the Hawk newspaper, again, you've got Dr. Kwabena Kukufu pictured here. He says, I deserve Baumea's running mates or NPP General Secretary. I think he's eyeing it in the Ashanti region. We were recently, talking about who could potentially partner Dr. Baumea in his 2028 bid for presidency.
Yeah, now saying that the Ashanti caucus were leading the charge and saying that
Okay.
and all that.
They still have some time, obviously, to put that in place for Dr. Bawumia to choose his running mates. But you see some persons here already throwing their hats in the ring, wanting to partner with him. Combat did in months what 6 MDs couldn't in 8 years, from $22 million sell-off to fired up tour. Drag me before Parliament, Sammy Jemfi dares Afenyo marking. And you know Sammy Jemfi is Gold Board CEO. There is some chat or some chatter about how much money has actually been lost by the Gold Board, figures that we're going to interrogate further. Otabil back in the firing line after Capital Bank storm. He blasts Christians over National Cathedral. I see this story isn't dying down anytime soon, and this is off of the back of the comments made by Pastor Mensa Otabil, who says that Christians should build to the glory of God in reference to the National Cathedral. A lot of people I noted on social media took strong exception to that call, especially because of the controversy, the fracas that surrounds this National Cathedral, with many people saying that it's simply not a priority at this point.
I think Christians should come together to build a factory that employs people.
That's
have
not a bad
an unemployment crisis in the country. So, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one thinking along those lines. There are many Christians who are unemployed. Unemployment does not know religion.
That's very true.
Yes. So,
you think that's a better use of funds if Christians come together and then build factories, build things that can further employment?
Yes.
What about building to the glory of God?
Doing that, service to humanity, service to God. And I mean, if there are people who are unemployed because they don't have the capital requirement, they don't meet it to start businesses, and there are some who are even trained professionally and need to exist in a certain sector, because of the nature of their profession. They can just practice, if I should put it, So I feel if we as Christians are able to prioritize, that would go a better way, a longer way to support what government is already doing. I think we saw in the newspapers yesterday that the SDA Church, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health,
seeking to take over some of the agenda
seeking to do that. And there was one CHAS as well. I think there's an association of churches within that space that the minister appealed to take up the agenda 111. We need interventions like this. I mean, gone are the days. Most of the powerful schools we know in Ghana,
that's right,
were funded with missionary funds.
Mission
that's
schools,
right.
Christian schools.
Very much so. Very much so. I mean, I don't want to police how the Christian fraternities spend their money. By all means, build to the glory of God. I've made my feelings about the National Cathedral very clear, time without number. The initial promise was that very limited national funding was going to go towards a project, and we saw it spiral. I don't think that anybody was opposed to the idea of the edifice in of itself, but situating it in the context of where we were, at that time, and still where we are, as a nation.
The funny thing, Ghana is a secular state. So one would expect that it would be a secular building,
Or that if we want to go on that route, other religious factions will also get a fair share of the bite.
I've been advocating for a national shrine. Yes.
Okay.
Because before Christianity, before Islam, before all of those things, all of those institutions, we had a tradition.
So a beautiful edifice for Nananum to go and...
of course.
A national shrine.
Yes, a national shrine. It would be an awesome idea, but not now. Maybe in the future. Because
by state funds?
Of course.
No, I mean,
when we say
idea,
the toil, the blood and toil of our forefathers, how do you understand?
No,
how do you understand it, Mawuena? Let's be very realistic.
Of our forefathers, in the sense that the persons who worked, who championed the independence fight and all of that. I think on a general consensus, because of a secular state, everybody, the conversation...
Mawuena, how did this land come to be? How did this land come to be?
Or at least from my perspective, the argument I make is that state funds sometimes, right, should find proper or better uses. It's why everybody... Okay, I'll not say everybody. Some persons were strongly opposed to using state funds towards a cathedral project. That's always
that's
been...
what I'm saying. A national shrine
the argument.
Is a better priority, but even that, not now.
Yeah.
Because there are more important things like unemployment that funds should be committed to. But a national shrine, in the sense, it's not a bad idea at all. I mean, we have a lot of Ghanaians traveling to Israel and Mecca to visit some of these monumental places. So why can't we have one that projects our heritage? Because before everything else came to be, this land that we occupy as Ghanaians, right, was given to us by our forefathers, our ancestors. And you know how they did that? Were they Christians?
No, there's
they were
that entire...
So, regardless of what religion you belong to, when you pass, the law itself says you go back to family.
That's right.
And family is the basic unit of society. And families have ancestry. And so far as that continues to exist, there's nothing that will override our tradition and heritage in the sense of the word. Because we are traditionalists first before we became anything else.
Very interesting perspective there. That conversation, I'm sure, will definitely resurface, because have we had a final conversation about the National Cathedral? I don't think so. I still think that many questions do need to be answered. The Daily Democrat this morning says nothing but the truth. Gamanche backs DVLA driver point system. TVET is the solution to poverty. Youth urged to desist from foul means of making money. And Deborah, German envoy, discuss stronger partnership. The Spider newspaper, Spider spelled SPYDER, they say we are the spider in your home. CSA slams ORC, 240,000 Ghana cedis fine for hiring rogue cyber firm. EC outlines sweeping reforms to strengthen Ghana's electoral system. Peace Council, UNDP, NMC warn political rhetoric, disinformation, violence threaten Ghana's peace. Guinea on edge. Fears of new coup grow as Doumbouya's leave splits the army. Speaker Bagwin recalls Parliament from recess over urgent business. Okay, captured on page 11. We'll get into it. And finally, from me, the Daily Post this morning says, coalition of unpaid nurses and midwives show appreciation to health minister. I see, and there's a picture here. It's all smiles. As grateful and happy executives of the coalition of unpaid nurses and midwives of Ghana pose for photographs with the Minister of Health, Honorable Kwabena Mintah Akando.
Where do you stand on that? I mean...
Hey, let me even get that figure. Maternal health, maternal death. It's not a joke. It's something that I fear we are taking a bit too lightly for my liking. You know, going through childbirth is not something... It's one leg in each realm. And if we don't take it seriously, we're going to continue to see the kinds of numbers we're hearing. What is it? Birthing or whatever, mortality rates for new mothers. It's too high. It's too high.
Yeah.
You don't want unpaid nurses and unpaid midwives already stressed, already unhappy with what they're doing, taking care of our pregnant moms, sisters, wives. We'll talk about that in some more detail. Ghana Enterprises Agency marks 10th MSME Day celebration. And that's it from me.
That's all of the papers.
Before I go to the New Republic, Patrice sends a message. He says he disagrees with the fact that the responsibility of the church is not to build factories, because we have seen churches build schools to educate people, like the universities. And he says Mensa Otabil himself, an ICGC.
They have a university.
Have a university. Methodists and the likes have seen. And even the ICGC takes care of the children's cancer unit at Kolebu. He's saying if we check the population structure of Ghana, you'd see that African traditional religion is minimal. And I responded proudly and said, because we pretend.
Patrice, good morning to you.
The New Republic says, Shell Games over, Galamsey Queen. Land Ministry botches Dami Angela Atias evasive dance around illegal mining charges.
That's Adamos Resources, I think.
And Zambia votes under fear. Hichalima faces election day storm as repression claims swell. Hormuz strain pushes oil higher. Hanan Dami in vacation dance stage. Scholarship rot exposed. UK embassy reveals documents showing industrial scale abuse of public funds. Purple Line caught in cyber scandal. State institutions hired and licensed firm despite clear directive. CSA slams 360,000 Ghana cedis in fines for flagrant license violation. And state accused of scapegoating Sedina Tamaklo. For the Daily Guide, Sedina Tamaklo freed as AG withdraws fight. Speaker recalls Parliament for urgent business.
That's not entirely accurate. That framing of the headline.
I think we're reading from the Daily Guide.
So he explains it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the Daily Guide is usually.
I mean, you just have to read the headline,
right?
And the way the headline is captured.
Because
you see some mischief in there.
Because, I mean, the reason I say it's not entirely accurate is that it was withdrawn at the Court of Appeal, but even the day before it was withdrawn, it was a similar application was filed at the Supreme Court because they are seeking to challenge the acquittal and discharge of Sedina at the Supreme Court. So they withdrew it from the High Court, from the Court of Appeal, and took it to the Supreme Court. So a suggestion that it's been like the fight has been abandoned is not entirely accurate. That's
actually false.
Yeah,
not entirely. It's false.
I like to be charitable a bit. So.
Yeah. So Sedina Tamaklo freed as AG withdraws fight has been fact checked and is false. Lead digital revolution, Mahama urges youth. And man beheads wife, Dogbe in the grip of a police officer. And NAFCO trial, defense lawyers miss court amid protest. Defense lawyers made court amidst protest. This matter. The Ghanaian Times, it says, produce vehicle parts locally to create jobs. Veep tells Zonda Tech. And gold exports soar, but revenue lacks. IFS. Adamus Resources challenges revocation of mining licenses, mining leases. AG withdraws stay application against Sedina Tamaklo Ationu acquittal. And hepatitis B linked to 75% of liver cancer cases in Ghana.
Those are the details.
We have on the back page of the Ghanaian Times, 26 districts to lose free mosquito spraying from 2027. MDSL donates IT equipment to NACOG. And then for the Daily Searchlight, Judiciary, don't become Attorney General Annex. MPP says in sharp rebuttal to Chief Justice special warrant for 2 trials during legal vacation. Opposition can be an act of patriotism, Prempe says. And AG makes U-turn as former Maslok CEO said Inatamaklo cleared for release after state withdraws stay application. Academic City and partners issue white paper calling for stronger digital accountability as Ghana loses 19.3 million to cyber crime. And then the BFT, the banner headline says, rethink gold tax regime to capture more revenue from small-scale mining. IFS, there's the Equiapem Community Bank records growth in all indicators, post 44% growth in profit. Get Fund launches National Collective Furniture Appeal to support basic, junior, and senior high schools. And develop investment products to tap diaspora funds, BOG governor says. And then we have a feature here that says just one group stands a case study, Russian universities training African students in agrarian specialties. And Republic Bank PLC deepens commitment to home ownership with nationwide Joy News Habitat Fair partnership. And feature again says gold fields sharing the value of gold in Ghana. Contributions made to government from January to June, half year 2026, over 2.8 billion Ghana cedis. And then on the back page of the BFT, APSA, Impact Food Hub, empower agribusiness entrepreneurs for growth. And Republic Bank PLC deepens commitment to home ownership. The story is here. Yes, so that's it for what I have.
And unfortunately, we are unable to engage ADO1 Alex Kinati for some very difficult reasons. But some of the details he's just been sharing with us: 10 feared dead, 7 persons unconscious. There are a number of persons who are crushed. They are seeking to have them rescued. A 15-year-old girl was rescued with both hands and legs all crushed, and all of that. And it's a very difficult morning. It involves a tipper truck and a sprinter bus.
Mawuena, the indiscipline on our roads, Mawuena, all these things I always go back to. Yes, the roads being naturally bad, so it makes it harder. But I know this stretch does not have a terrible road. So what could have been the cause? But I think most of the road accidents we see are as a result of reckless driving, like road indiscipline, And so far as we continue to allow drivers and motorists to have their way, I mean, some of these things will continue to happen. Yes. Sometimes you just see a trotro heavily loaded, inside, on top, around it, side by side, just maybe
everywhere
on the road, and they will drive past a police barrier, and you're asking yourself, did they just see that, or did they just decide to ignore it? This morning I did see one. Producer,
you shared one with.
Yes, there's something I always see quite a lot, and I capture it. I usually want to say something when I see something. So, and I'm sure I'm not the only one complaining. I'm sure there are a lot of Ghanaians who are complaining. But good morning to the Greater Accra Regional Minister. The sanitation drive we saw in the capital and parts of Ghana was impressive. But I'm still wondering why the stretch from the West Hills Mall all the way to Malam Junction, just when you're exiting Malam Junction. I'm still wondering why there's so much sand on the road, and we pay the levy, don't we? So one would wonder why there's so much sand on the road. It hasn't been collected. It keeps piling up. So now you see the cars, they're always trying to swerve.
Very dangerous.
It can be very dangerous. I mean, who's responsible for that? We would like to know who's responsible. Why are they not doing what they are supposed to do? Because do we want it to become disastrous before we see the seriousness of it? So that's something I just wanted to touch on.
That's a hazard waiting to happen. If you're watching us on our online platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, you can see visuals of what exactly is happening. And these vehicles are mangled beyond recognition. You see the Ghana National Fire Service personnel attempting to make sense of what is going on, and also passers-by getting involved in the rescue mission. So go ahead and check us out on Facebook at 3FM 92.7. Also on our YouTube page, we're streaming live this morning. You can watch us in studio and also get a sense of how terrible this accident that has just been reported currently is. I don't believe we've been able to get through to Alex Kignati, but I assume he's very busy dealing with this particular issue. I can't make heads or tail of which vehicle is which. I mean, the front, the side, mangled beyond recognition. This would have been quite the impact. I mean, Amwa, if you say the car Amwa, this is very, 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 very scary.
Right.
This is very, 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 very scary.
And you know, when I'm even a bit lost for words in sincerity. When I was speaking to this a lot earlier, I kept asking this question: what is it about that road? Because you can go back in time, and there are a number of accidents which have happened on that stretch. And it's not a stretch where you're expected to have head-on collisions, right? It's not a stretch where you can, because it's 2 lanes each and an outer lane which is 2 lanes each. So in all, it's like an 8-lane road. 4 for those headed towards Accra, because there's a main highway where it's 2 lanes. You can even argue there's a stretch and say 3 lanes, because you can park by the side of the road when you have an emergency. Right? You can park by the side of the road, even on the highway. There's just some small part of the road where you can be parked, and vehicles will have to. Then there's the outer lane, which is also a 2-lane road headed towards Accra, and it's the same for those who are headed from Accra towards Pokwase and Amasaman. So whenever there's been an accident, I keep asking myself, I mean, what is it about this section of the road? For a very long time, I've known that the street lights have not worked, and they are stationary vehicles, right? Because it's pretty much the road that leads to Kumasi from Accra. You have a lot of these huge trucks which are moving either from Tema or are headed towards our neighboring countries and all of that. Sometimes you find some of these long vehicles with Burkinabe registration numbers because they are going the long haul to Burkina Faso via road, right? And so sometimes they park and rest. And so you find stationary vehicles on the stretch. But I don't know. 10 people dead this morning already. I mean, the detail I'm hearing from Alex Kignati that a 15-year-old girl has both her arms and legs crushed, and all of that is super troubling, super worrying, in great detail. What I understand he tells us as well in relation to this is that they are unable to ascertain in true detail what may have caused the incident. right? They're unable, because there are varying accounts from different people as to what may have caused the accident. A fair few number of eyewitnesses have been speaking to other media persons who've been able to reach the scene of the incident this morning, and I'll try and have that and have that shared with us as well, in terms of first accounts which have been coming through this morning as well. But a lot of these details that I've been sharing are coming directly from the Ghana National Fire Service, as to not being able to ascertain exactly what may have caused the incident which we've witnessed this morning, because of the varying nature of accounts in relation to it. But it's truly horrifying. I can't die. It's truly horrifying. You're seeing mashed bodies and all of that. And what we are seeing, right, is just when it was still dark. There are pictures from early this morning on other platforms, and it's not a sight to behold. I have to be honest. It's not a sight to behold. Here's one such eyewitness, right, who's been speaking to Accra-based Joy News in relation to what may have happened. I just want a bit more in terms of details as well this morning on that front.
And a better by accident, accident. Indeed, by not guy bigger as a driver. If that's a car driver, I'm not saying a driver. But driver under to be frank, by no general, a moja penana. I say one day, be behind you. One day, but that's a Nabusa for Naba or Muriano Moon. But who said Couture is an amount? I don't know. A Couture, your name can't go into your fire bano. I said, okay. That's in our boy. Okay. If there's not a boy, I drive and so either. A boy, I drive and I would have one. There's not police in Ibina on Baton or me. I said, and so no more impedia body into pavement and so not casting at the MSN. No, see there be or threat. Pokwasi police for or friend Pokwasi police for I want to have a body answer. And yes, sir, be a mutam to work. Nanka Emma.
So now catch him say a boboya driver in a driver on the first victim. A Sibetri Muonum. Car be a Pima Boboya and Ma, Kanu Wanina, near Pima Boboya and Wanina. Bana police in Ibu around. There's like a police in Mershe, near body in the tone change. And all those years say, or Fred, Pokwasi for office for. And to no delay, cast in the Pepin first.
So, I mean, those are early accounts as to what may have transpired in relation to this matter, and it's varying stories. One that has not been properly confirmed by officials of the Ghana National Fire Service. That's why there's a bit of a hesitancy on their part as well.
You made it.
Boluvi is in studio as well this morning, which and all of that. But Alex Kinati spoke to my colleagues a lot earlier. I want us to listen to exactly what details as well he has in relation to the subject matter.
Run you through some of the things that you should be expecting our department of the Ghana National. Unfortunate news this morning. I know
yourself and to your viewers. So the unfortunate thing is around 4 a.m. we received a call of a multi-vehicle collision on the Ankor stretch, and to paint a picture, when you are on the main road heading from Pokwasi towards of Ankor barrier, it's just before you get to the power station, just on the main road. And so again, I would urge motorists drive that road to avoid using the main road, but keep to the outer lane, because those over here will stop all the vehicles on the main road from going those to embark on the station. As it stands now, unfortunately, we've counted about 10 bodies, 10 people who are unfortunately dead. Most of their bodies are badly mutilated. We rescued one little girl. Unfortunately, both her legs were severed. There was another man whose hand was severed. Other people's bodies are totally crushed. It's an ugly scene here, and we are here with the ambulance. There are some people who are unconscious. We did our best to revive them with the help of the ambulance service, and we handed them over to the ambulance service for attendance, and we're taking them to some hospital. But the fortunate thing for us is that we've been able to remove all the people from the affected vehicle, and we are doing an assessment of the area.
You're saying that it involved multi-vehicles. I'll get details of that, but again, just repeating what you said, you've been able to count about 10 bodies. You talk about 2 children, a young girl and a boy, you say, whose legs have been severely severed, you said, and then you talk about...
It's a young girl. No boy.
It's a young girl.
Boy, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you talk about others unconscious. How many of the victims, unfortunately, did you find unconscious in this accident?
Can you come again with the last part?
Yes. How many people did you find unconscious, aside from the number of deaths that you've confirmed?
Well, we found about 7 people. We were able to help rescue them, and we handed them over to the ambulance service. There was one lady that we tried reviving, but unfortunately, her body went cold. It's a difficult situation. We are not just drawing conclusion with the death, but we are doing our best that we check pulses, and then when we feel pulse, we do our best to try and help them resuscitate.
Unfortunately, let me get the numbers again. 10 bodies you've retrieved, and you talk about 7 unconscious, you talk about 2 children. Overall, looking, because I heard...
One child, please.
One child.
A little girl whose leg was severed.
One child. You said that you've been able to take all the bodies and indeed the people who were involved in the accident out. So in total, how many people were on board the vehicle where you retrieved all these bodies and also rescued the other individuals?
So the assessment is still ongoing. So I might not be able to give the actual figure yet, and so we are totally done with the whole operation. But then it involved 2 spot trucks, 2 Mercedes-Benz buses, a Toyota Camry vehicle, and then an Uber-branded little smoker, and then also a tricycle, which we normally call Abubuya. And so, but there was the black Mercedes-Benz bus had more of the casualty in there.
2.7.
Okay.
And so for now, we are trying to still assess the extent of the damage, and then be able to confirm the number of occupancy in the various vehicles.
I know that your men are there, but are you able to tell us which other, emergency responders are equally there for those who may need first aid even before they are transported to the hospital?
So we are here with our police brothers are here with us, helping us, especially to convey the dead bodies, and then also the ambulance service will be in and out, taking bodies, taking the injured in and out. And so we are, so far the police, ourselves, the police, who are the first responders here, and then the police, and then the ambulance.
Okay. Alex Kenati, just to get some clarification, and you and I know what the experiences are. What meets the human eye may not be medically fit, and for many of the times these live reports, as media, we tend to report a certain number of casualties or fatalities, but you find that medically they may not be pronounced dead. Subsequently, then we go in retrospect to try to correct the numbers. So you saw, or it is suspected that you found 12 unconscious bodies. Is that it? Or have they been medically certified to have passed?
Okay, so let me clarify. So what I said was that as of now we've counted about 10 bodies who are dead because their bodies are badly mutilated.
Okay.
Some of their bodies are very crushed. So they are still here. We're not taking anyone to the mortuary yet.
Okay.
And so those that were able to retrieve who are unconscious, we handed them over to the ambulance service, and together with them, we did our best with CPRs and other first aid interventions to try and resuscitate them. So we didn't just put unconscious people down. We're trying our best to help with those who are unconscious and then check pulses before. And so as of now, nobody has been taken away, apart from those who are badly injured or basically mutilated.
Early hours, early days yet, but are you able to tell us what might have caused this accident with these multiple vehicles that you talk about, and what time it happened?
Well, it happened around 4 a.m. There are conflicting reports. Everybody tried, especially some of the drivers involved. Everybody might try to take things out, insulate them from the situation. And so we wouldn't want to put out that information yet, because we are with the police and we want to carry out thorough investigation before being able to confirm the actual cause of the accident.
In the midst of this is also the understanding that your Fanko Road is equally a major one. How are your men, plus the police officials who are there managing the traffic as we speak, even as you try to deal with this accident?
What happened was that after the time the accident happened, vehicles were still plying the road. And so we had to take a decisive step to block the whole road so that somebody goes. Because as we are carrying out the rescue duties, we'll be going in and out, and we didn't want any vehicle obstructing the flow of our work. And so for now, we blocked the whole road. On the main road, no car is going because we are here. And so when we are done, we'll make sure that we clear the vehicles, the mangled vehicles or the involved vehicles from the road, and then we have our fire tender here. We'll wash the debris of the vehicles and then the blood stains and clear the road before. And so I'm sure it will take a few more hours for us to finish completely with the operation here.
For those who may be using this very road, are there alternatives that you can let them know now, just so that they ahead of time they're able to know which route to use, because you've blocked the main road that they normally would have used if it wasn't for the accident?
So unfortunately, it looks like unfortunately the best you can do is to let them know that they have to, when they get from Pokwati towards Ofanko, they should not join the main road. They should just use the outer lane. But for those who are already here, unfortunately, it's a bit too late for them. They are all stuck in the traffic here.
Perhaps we may have to leave it here and we'll come.
So that's Alex Kinati. I mean, he provided details earlier on TV. Subsequently, it's become a bit more difficult in terms of operations there. We've been in direct contact with him, and we'll get him again to provide a bit more in terms of those details to us later today as well. But the rest of my colleagues are in studio with me this morning as well. It's a difficult morning, I have to be honest. Waking up to news about 10 people, mutilated bodies to start off with, on a stretch where there is no, like when an accident happens, it should not be head-on collision, right? At worst, what you find are stationary vehicles on either side of the road. But head-on collisions you do not get. Too many accidents happen on that stretch of road in the capital Accra. Yes, far too many. I was just telling Wisdom Safu that, you know what, Kes really Google Ofanko accident.
Yes, and
and you find out how many road crashes we've experienced.
So is it a situation where,
even for this year and over the last few years?
You know, when you drive on the roads, most of the time the trot drivers, so to speak, the commercial vehicles, they tend to stop and get back on the road at any point in time. They don't care about whether they are blocking you or they are not blocking you. So there are times that it is possible that on that particular stretch, you see, if you remember, I said we have a problem with road management in this country. The moment the road is constructed, that is the end of it. We do not manage the roads. We need to get a task force. There's a lot of money in lawlessness. So we need to manage our roads. So for example, if it is a road that is supposed to be a highway where no trotro is supposed to stop in between, you ought not stop anywhere to pick a passenger. You get it? So it is just possible. We do not know how this accident happened, but it is just possible that the truck could have just picked up somebody and then decided to get onto the road.
Get onto the road.
And with
they usually do.
The big truck that is coming at high speed, it will just ram into it, because for them, the driver is high up there, and anything that happens below the lower threshold of the car. So it is possible that we need to manage these things. If it is not a sport where people ought to stand and get onto the so-called trotros, we need not have it, because the way the Ofankor Road has been designed, it beats my mind that would be having accidents on it as rampantly as reported.
And trotros stop on
and they'll stop on the highway to drop off passengers and not use the out. We're not suggesting at all by this morning that is what caused the traffic.
Even on a stretch where they are not supposed to stop.
Speaking to
our road engineering is very
mutilated
poor.
bodies.
Look, our road engineering is poor. So let me just take you back, not too far back from here. The 37, what's the name? Bus stop. I mean, right after the traffic light, you build a bus stop. That does not make sense, because a lot of cars are backed up at the traffic light. So the moment the traffic turns green, it means a lot more cars need to go. But then immediately you put a bus stop at that place. So what? They are going to impede the movement of those cars. So everybody's just going to slow down again, and then you create a backlog. Now look at the sizes of the bus stops that we built. The best bus stop that we have built is the one at Accra Mall, what they call Spanner Junction or something. That one, you go off the main road and then get onto another. That is how bus stops are supposed to be built. And they're not supposed to be built 10 meters, 20 meters away from the traffic lights. I don't know where that engineering wisdom is coming from. You get it? It must be further away. It must be further away from the traffic lights, and then it should be a complete road. Now, road management, right in front of former DVLA.
You'll be surprised that even the Accra Mall stretch, where the bus stop has been rightly placed,
positioned,
you would still see the trotro drivers.
They do not go forward.
Or the commercial vehicles.
You
would still see them stop right there.
They do not. That's what I'm saying. Road management. We need road management. So if somebody is there, and you see the point is that they become too familiar. Look, I don't know how many people who use the school junction. The school junction, when you're coming from the Boteman stretch and you're making a left towards Ajigano. There is a you see people queue just at the traffic light, and you see a police warden there, an MTTD person standing there. And these trotters, so the point is that when two vehicles are turning onto the left, onto the Ajigano Road, one needs to slow down for the other to move before, and it creates a lot of traffic because so many vehicles are pumping up at the traffic light, and when it turns green, only a few move because we don't plan. The point is that if your bus structure, your bus system in the country is not as efficient as it ought to be because of people who are bereft of intelligence to create that one, what it is that you get these small trotro people and everybody standing by the roadside to get into a vehicle. It is so wrong. Go right now to the place I'm talking about, the school junction, and you'll be like, the trotros are parked on the road. On the road. People have queued by the road. And there's an MTTD person standing right there. You see, road management means a lot, but we don't put it in our structure. I just don't get it. It's been days, years on end. So how do these things happen to us? 2026, when we are building new communities, go and see how they even plan it. Now roads are being narrowed. Reason being, spend less money on constructing the road, and then the gutters narrow, terrible gutters. We are poor at our engineering mindset. I have told you, crossroads, T-junctions, U-turns, roundabouts, potholes everywhere. Every T-junction you get to, every crossroads you reach, every U-turn you make, every roundabout you get into, potholes are there. Just check. Atomic roundabout. Yes or true or yes?
Don't get me started on
you get it? Atomic roundabout, true or yes?
Absolutely true.
Yes.
It's gotten progressively worse.
Yes.
The craters in the road.
You get it?
Serious
U-turns. Anywhere there's a U-turn, anywhere there's a ramp, just check. It is bad. So I think one person started applying wisdom and he was using pavement blocks I think it's called Maxwell or so. There's a construction company. So when he gets to the roundabout, then he uses pavement blocks to, because I don't know if we are not getting the engineering right. So, doesn't it beat your mind that if elsewhere roundabouts operate without any potholes, why can't we just go and learn that aspect of engineering from them?
And apply same to
absolutely. When you're from Ajigano and you enter the American House T junction, same. The new roundabout that has been built, same. Everywhere. Even the traffic light that tends to East Legon, same. Potholes everywhere. I mean, T junctions, crossroads, U-turns, roundabouts, potholes on that American House Medina Road, same. When you get to where you can turn left to what's the name, Presec, same. So you ask yourself, where are our road engineers, even if we have some?
It's a difficult conversation this morning.
It is bad.
And sometimes it come off like a broken record.
Yeah.
Seemingly having these same conversations. And if there's anything to go by, at least from the few eyewitness accounts we've heard, suggestive of the fact that the police was nearby and all of that, then that raises a lot of questions because I don't know, man.
Road management
and a number of vehicles are involved in this crash as well. It's not
Did we get a total figure?
I mean, so not the total figure, but we know that there's a sprinter bus, a taper truck, and other vehicles. So it looks like one crashed into it, and then they just continue to smash into it.
Possibly be closer. I'm sure the tipper truck, after ramming into the sprinter, had to apply the brakes. So the ones behind, because it's a highway, everybody was following through. That is one thing about a highway. So for me, I say if you're on a highway, your focus must be 5,000,000%. The least moment you presume that somebody would have been moving.
I mean, sometimes you can take all of the caution in this world and still...
driving on our roads, you have to be exceptionally sharp. You're thinking for yourself and the driver next to you. You're thinking for the car ahead of you, for the people behind you, those that are crossing indiscriminately. You have to be on high alert. The only times I enjoy driving in this city, in this country, is maybe on a Sunday
or holiday
when it's quiet, because otherwise you're on high alert. You don't let your guard down for any reason. I wonder what our figures, what we ended on in terms of our fatalities on the road. Year on year, we're recording something like over 2,500 crashes on our road alone, with motorcycles accounting for over 40% of said crashes. And that's another thing to also contend with. What is the education on motorcycles, motorbikes on our road? How do we interact with motorcyclists on the road, and why is that now the biggest or leading cause of road crashes as we speak on our roads?
Who do we blame? We don't blame anybody. Nobody takes responsibility for it. So you're looking at the MTTD. So why would MTTD be sitting in an office with a leader, and every now and then the crashes on the roads go higher? Why should it be happening? So there's poor road management, because that is their motor traffic. That is their department, motor traffic on the roads. So if accidents are happening at this rate, why would the head of MTTD be sitting idle? No action is taken on him. And it is so wrong, because every day we come to the studio and read our statistics. Reading statistics may be fine for you today until you find yourself in it tomorrow. And you'll not be here to read. Exactly. So my point is that road management is one of the things we ought to be doing. If we are not reasoning up enough to reduce the number of vehicles on our roads by chucking out all the trotros and bringing buses and putting out designated bus lanes and bus stops, proper bus stops, and indicating where a bus can stop and not stop, where you can meet somebody who is flouting the regulation or the rule, and you instantly charge the person. Let them pay 5,000, let them pay 2,000, let them pay 1,000, and you realize that people will be whipped in line. Now, I always say this: it may not have been in good taste, or the optics may not have been good at the time. When the military realized that some of the trotro drivers at 37 were misbehaving, they arrested all of them and took them to the morgue to work. They carried them in there to work. For them to see, when you cause an accident, this is the final place these people come to. So go and see what is there before you start misbehaving on the roads. Everybody wants to stop by the highway. Where there's a 2-lane, they would stop in 1 lane. They would stop in 1 lane, pick a passenger, and I don't know what it is. Road management by the MTTD is very essential. They shouldn't sit aloof and just pick up the micro. Is it obeying? DC, is it? I've forgotten this designation. CEO, yes, obeying. Yes, I think.
It's also called Alexander.
I think Alexander, yes,
Obey.
obeying. I don't know his designation.
It's ACP.
It's now ACP, yes. ACP Alexander Obey. His education is always on radio and in the media. I don't know what he tells his people. I think, what's the name?
In fairness to him,
what I'm saying is that, road management is very essential. Road management. And people paying instant fines. Road management is very essential. So the moment you see that somebody who is driving a trotro has done the wrong thing, or a motorbike just crosses, why do we have those other people with the motorbikes on the road?
Right. This has pretty much changed all of the conversation, particularly for this morning and what we were seeking to get into. But a few of you have shared your thoughts in relation to the subject matter. Evans Fifi at Kaneshi says it's very sad. Coming from Standard Authority right after the traffic light, there's a bus stop where these trotro drivers park in the middle of the road to take passengers, and then you see police officers at the traffic light watching this happen. Look from Kaneshi to Sakaman. Every traffic light you see has a pothole for almost a month and over, and no one cares.
That place is true.
Evans,
the Food and Drugs Authority place also it's a T junction. And then the U-turn that comes in.
Let us know what you think as well. 053-220-0927.
All right, now let's look into some data.
We have to do sports quickly, but I'm just going to do another message from Kwame Fire in Sampa Valley. He says that the issue for me is not about where the bus stops are, but how we use it. The indiscipline of drivers is drivers decide to stop before the actual stop and pick passengers for the reason being that if he doesn't stop where the passengers are, another driver will, and so I have always been of the view that arrest both driver and passenger who do not use the actual bus stop. And for the Pokwase Amasaman Road there, the police must keep a keen eye on it because the indiscipline there is too much. May God have mercy on the poor souls. Kay, you had wanted to run through some quick data points.
Yes, in 2025, we had 14,743 crashes with 2,949 dead. 16,714 injured, 2,561 pedestrians knocked down. And this year only, from January to April 2026, we've had 4,899 crashes with 1,001 1,009 dead, 5,982 injured, and 862 pedestrians knocked down. The killer demographic is that roughly 8 in every 10 fatalities are male. And the vulnerable road user are the pedestrians and motorcyclists. And the dominant cause has been indicated as human behavior, particularly speed, dangerous overtaking, distraction, impairment, and fatigue. The reality is that Ghana entered 2028 immediately after recording its highest reported road death toll in 35 years. And by April 2026, the country is still losing more than 8 people a day on the road.
That's terrible. Jean-Baptiste Ayajas, a private legal practitioner, says the accident happened around 4 a.m. and after 7 a.m. the injured are still on the road. It's a question he asks in relation to.
And that's another leg of the conversation. So for 3 hours you've been involved in a crash and you are still at the mercy of the elements. You are just there. You haven't been taken to hospital. Goodness.
It's a difficult conversation. But we're going to get into sports right now. Billy Shen is here. He'll do sports for us, after which...
When we come back, the Vice President is on the line. The Vice President
will return with a bit more for you here on the show as well in relation to a number of things for you here on the 3FM Sunrise. So stick and stay with us. We'll get into sports right now.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the sports segment here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. We'll start off with the WAFCON brief, which is proudly brought to you by Goldfields.
3FM. Champions are not made on match day. They are shaped by belief, opportunity, and the support of those who stand beside them every step of the way. As football takes center stage around the world, Goldfields proudly continues its more than 2 decades of support for Ghana football, backing our national teams and helping grow the game. Goldfields, creating enduring value beyond mining.
Well, champions are not made on match day. They are shaped by belief, opportunity, and the support of those who stand beside them every step of the way. As football takes center stage around the world, Goldfields proudly continues its more than 2 decades of support for Ghana football, backing our national teams and helping grow the game. Go Black Queens, Goldfields championing women's football and inclusion, creating enduring value beyond mining. Now, with our WAFCON brief, let's first start on a common note where Malawi and Cameroon have booked their places in the WAFCON final after an impressive semi-final victories. Malawi edged Algeria 3-2, while Cameroon eliminated host Morocco on penalties. The two debutants will now have a historic chance to lift their first ever WAFCON title after remarkable campaigns. And we still have a message here from Goldfields coming your way from the Black Stars, Black Queens, the Black Challenge, and the Women's Premier League. Goldfields has remained committed to the growth and development of football in Ghana, supporting Ghana football since 2005. Goldfields Ghana proudly stands behind the Black Queens at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON, and wishes them continued success as they continue to inspire the nation and make Ghana proud. Goldfields creating enduring value beyond mining. So that is the second message from Goldfields, who are powering the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, supporting the Black Queens, who recently got knocked out of the quarterfinal by Malawi. But they do have a match later today against the Ivory Coast in their bid to still try and qualify for the Women's World Cup.
Champions are not made on match day. They are shaped by belief, opportunity, and the support of those who stand beside them every step of the way. As football takes center stage around the world, Goldfields proudly continues its more than 2 decades of support for Ghana football, backing our national teams and helping grow the game. Goldfields, creating enduring value beyond mining.
Well, that was from Goldfields. One final message from them. For more than 2 decades, Goldfields Ghana has proudly supported Ghana football, standing behind the Black Stars and now the Black Queens Black Challenge and the Women's Premier League as Ghana's national teams continue to inspire the nation and pursue excellence. Goldfields remains proud to support the dreams, aspirations and future of Ghana football, empowering through football. Goldfields creating enduring value beyond mining. So those are the messages and some more messages from Goldfields. And before we go into the real crust of what has been happening with the Black Queens, of course, the Black Queens will be in action tonight as against neighbours Ivory Coast with a place in the Intercontinental World Cup playoffs at stake. Head coach Kimlas Bjorkegren believes it is time for the Black Queens to seize the opportunity after missing out on automatic qualification.
To deal with Ivory Coast, to make sure to get an opportunity to play in the World Cup. It's still a pretty good chance, but it starts tomorrow. So we need to be here and now and prepare in the best way and make sure that we are winning the game tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult for me to answer questions about Ivory Coast, what they have done or not. If you're looking at the expected goals, it's very clear that they have been taking their chances, have scored more goals when they had opportunity than we have. We have missed too many chances, that's just a fact. But hopefully we're going to be more clean tomorrow and take our chances. We know that we have a strong defense, and if you're looking back 1 year back or something like that, the goals that we have been conceded is more or less own goals, or they have been touching the wall from a free kick or a penalty or something like that. In the run of the play, it's maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 goals in 1 year or something like that we have conceded. So we know it's difficult to beat us. They need a little bit of luck to score a goal against them, and that's something that we are happy with, of course, our defense, but in the attack we need to do a little bit more.
That was Kimlas Bjorkegren, the head coach of the Black Queens. Now to the main matter, ahead of that crucial encounter, the conversation has taken a twist off the pitch with a statement that is purported to be released by players within the Black Queens calling on the Ministry of Sports and Recreation to settle what they say are unpaid per diems and improve their welfare conditions. I'll read certain parts of that particular statement. He said, "We, the players of the Black Queens, are proud to represent Ghana and remain fully committed to our country and the millions of Ghanaians who support us. However, we respectfully wish to raise these concerns regarding several outstanding financial and welfare matters. 1. Outstanding bonuses, including Egypt 2025 bonus. 2. WAFCON qualification bonus. 3. Group stage bonuses. 4. Outstanding per diem payments. 5. Better management support for players and officials. And 6. Mental health and well-being support." So these are the key pointers raised by the Black Queens. The ministry, however, has rejected the claim, insisting all approved allowances have been paid. It says the players' winning bonuses against Cape Verde is being processed, while no separate bonus was approved for WAFCON qualification through the Egypt qualifiers. And so I'll also read some parts of the statement from the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. It says there was no government approval for the payment of winning bonus for the WAFCON qualifying matches against Egypt. And this position was communicated to the Ghana Football Association. It is therefore inaccurate to characterize a payment which was neither approved nor established as an entitlement as an outstanding government obligation. The ministry also take note of the concerns raised regarding player welfare, health and mental well-being. The Black Queens are currently supported by a comprehensive team structure comprising a team manager, team administrator, 2 physiotherapists, a medical doctor, a nurse, a dietitian, a chef, 2 management team members, and additional technical officials, all providing necessary medical, nutritional, and administrative and general welfare support throughout the tournament. So we'll see how this built up, but these are the statements from one which was purported to have been written by the Black Queens, although it wasn't signed specifically by them, and 2 by the Ministry of Sports and Recreation that was released just last night. And so very interesting times in there. Let's still stay on the local scene with the Ghana Premier League set to kick off in the next month. Director General for the National Sports Authority, Jan Pofuankra, has inspected the Babayara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. The following 3 sports reports has more.
The NSA boss toured the facility today to evaluate the progress on the pitch following viral social media footage on the ongoing work. Speaking after the tour, Pofuankra expressed satisfaction, stating the playing surface should be ready in time for the new domestic season.
It will be ready. I think we're looking at 4 weeks from now. We've seen the work that has been done and work continues to be done. The sprinklers are now working. We have drones and high-tech equipment that NSA would have to procure and ensure that we are abreast with international standards when it comes to the maintenance of our pitches and our facilities. So yeah, we will be ready when the league kicks off.
The venue recently lost its CAF Category A status for international matches due to pitch and facility standard deficiencies. However, the NSA chief is confident that these upgrades will meet required standards to bring major international fixtures back to Kumasi.
The new standards is what we're chasing to arrive at and to be abreast with. So we're doing all our best. Clearly, it's an improvement from 6 months ago or 1 year ago.
With the Ghana Premier League season fast approaching, today's inspection provides optimism that the iconic stadium will soon reopen its doors to domestic football and eventually the international stage.
That was a report on the inspection of the Babayara Sports Stadium. Now, ahead of the 6th edition of the 2026 3FM Tour de Ghana, Minister for Sports and Recreation, Honorable Kofi Adams, has announced that monies paid as part of sponsorship for the event are tax deductible. The announcement falls in line with the already existing government policies.
The rebates for corporate sponsors. These have been clearly announced by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. His finance minister has also repeated it, that sports is good cause, and therefore any funding to sports is tax deductible. It means that for any amount that you spend sponsoring any sport activity, that you are issued with a certificate, before you are taxed, that amount is deducted before the tax. So this already exists. This already exists. The GRA is aware. The finance minister has repeated it on many platforms. His Excellency the President himself has also repeated it on many platforms. So corporate Ghana, please listen and make sure you take advantage of these government initiatives, that your sponsorship of sports is tax deductible. So if you put in 2 million, 2 million will be deducted from all what you make before the GRA calculate your taxes for you. So
That was the Minister for Sports and Recreation, Honorable Kofi Adams. Now, former Black Stars defender Rahim Ayew has opened up on the constant pressure that comes with being the son of African football icon Egbeta Pele, admitting that public scrutiny never truly stops. As the eldest son of the three-time African Footballer of the Year, Rahim, alongside his brothers Andre and Jordan Ayew, faced heavy expectations throughout their careers. Now, speaking to 3 Sports, Rahim explained that while every player deals with personal pressure, carrying one of the biggest names in world football takes it to another level.
You yourself, you want to do well. So you already have that nerves. You want to do well. And then comes the name. You know, then comes the name. Everyone knows when you are playing. People say, oh, he's there because of his father. You know, this man, he coached that. You saw how he coached us in Narnia. The shouting. You know, like he will coach you. But after done, you understand? So we had that pressure. That pressure will always be on you. Even after your career, you still have that pressure. Because people are going to be looking at how you are living your life, your normal day-to-day life. You understand? So, I mean, that pressure will always be there to our kids, their granddad, their fathers. So, that pressure, whether you like it or not, is going to be there, the nerves.
92.7.
You know, so we had that pressure. That's why every game we wanted to give 110%. We want to give 110%.
That was Rahim Ayew speaking there. Now, the Netherlands have made a major statement by appointing Barcelona legend Xavi Hernandez as the new head coach. The 46-year-old returns to management after a 2-year break, succeeding Ronald Koeman. Now, Xavi has signed a 4-year deal that will take him through the 2028 European Championship and 2030 World Cup. The former Spain midfielder is expected to bring his possession-based philosophy and attacking style as the Dutch look to begin a new era. Now, PSG have begun the new season with another trophy after beating Aston Villa by 2-1 to clinch the 2026 UEFA Super Cup. The victory adds another piece of silverware to Luis Enrique's impressive spell at Paris, taking his trophy haul with the club to 13 in just 3 years. Now, Georgian star Vichak Kvaratskhelia opened the scoring for the French champions, setting the tone for another memorable night. Let's hear from Vichak after his match-winning performance.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to win trophy for this amazing club, and it was a really difficult game, but we won today. I think we deserve to win, and it's really good to start the season with this amazing trophy, and we're gonna go until the end. It's just beginning.
And the future of FIFA President Gianni Infantino remains a subject of debate, with CAF President Patrice Motsepe saying Infantino's fate should be ultimately decided through an election. While Motsepe has praised Infantino's leadership and his contribution to football development, he has stopped short of endorsing his position at this stage. His comments come amid growing calls from some football federation leaders for the FIFA president to step down.
Well, you've got to be careful.
3FM,
you've got to be very careful.
92.7.
There are elections taking place next year. Shouldn't we allow that process to continue and let the 211 members decide? I mean, there are many times when I want the candidate to win, doesn't win. Whoever wins, I've got to support him. So, you know, let's. I get too many telephone calls from too many member associations worldwide. And what I like is to focus on the unity, the cooperation. How do we continue to develop and grow football in the midst of the challenges we have? Deal with those challenges. We will resolve them and we'll move on. Let the people decide. If there are candidates who want to stand against it,
That was Patrice Motsepe speaking there. To our final story, Lionel Messi has returned to action for Inter Miami after mourning the passing of his father. The Argentine had shared an emotional farewell message before the game, raising questions over his future in football. However, Messi was back on the pitch against Club Lyon coming off the bench to play 45 minutes. His return will come as a relief to fans as the football world continues to stand with the legendary forward during this difficult period. Bringing an end to sports here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. We'll see you same time tomorrow with more updates from the world of sports. Hoping that the Black Queens actually defeat Ivory Coast later today. The time of the match is 5 p.m. And again, we'll see you same time tomorrow with some more updates from the world of sports. Until then, have a great morning.
Riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected. One national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi. Hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice for Telly Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready?
To get into as well.
Yes, sir.
This morning, I don't know. Quick thoughts, Helen. Anything readily coming to mind of interest outside of what has been a very gory and horrifying morning for passengers along the Ofanko barrier highway, and we're back there a bit more in terms of pictures. And look, those are it's a banana or plantain leaves being used to cover I don't want to imagine if it's mortal remains of anybody really, in sincerity as well, to what may have transpired. But yeah, that's been the dominant theme all throughout this morning.
That's right. Of course, we're getting more information certainly before afternoon time. I'm sure we'll have further and better particulars, so do stick with us. But there's more on our social media, so I do encourage you to check us out on there. The hashtag we're using this morning is hashtag 3FM Sunrise. I know Patrice wanted to sink his teeth very briefly into some issues before we get into our big conversation.
Well, it has to do with a story on page 12 of the Ghanaian Times. And it says, produce vehicle parts locally to create jobs. And this is attributed to the Vice President, who I hear told Zondatech on Tuesday. Now, Zondatech is a company in Ghana that distributes and sells, I don't know if they assemble as well, heavy-duty cars and light heavy-duty cars. So there are a few questions I'd want to ask the Vice President and her office, and if anybody is listening, especially Amma Pratt, that I believe works there, should be able to speak to this matter. Now, there's a pending issue between Zondatech and the community, the Gulf City community. Zondatech purchased a plot of land, a huge tract of land. The land was originally designated for a lorry park, a clinic, and then a school. Now, there's a road, an access road that leads into the community from the main Old Aplau Road.
92.7.
Zondatech has blocked that road. We wrote petitions to the MCE and to the TDC. The TDC boss came there. That's Courage Kweku Makafui Nunek Kweku. He came there, and according to them, there is no road over there. I have videos that I will show to you, which was a big shock to the community because you can't drive like 1.5 kilometers without any access route. In case there's any fire outbreak, there's no route but a hazard. That is the high tension cables. We came across documents that indicated that the place was a road. Because
you've petitioned.
We have petitioned them. Now, a month ago, he invited the assemblyman and some other residents. I don't know why I was eliminated, though, maybe for one reason or the other. I couldn't participate. And he promised to come back to the community. Now, the Chinese woman who heads the place initially came there and saw that there was an access route because ECG had planted a lot of power lines in between. And you'd ask yourself, why would ECG plant power lines in somebody's compound? It is never done because they need proper access. There are about 10 poles that is lined up. You get it? So I see no reason TDC is saying that they are not going to there's no access route. Now there's a document to show, a title to show, even where their entry is from the Old Aplau Road. That is the golf course. There's a golf course there, international golf course.
And I mean, so on the back of these petitions and all,
people from the office of the Vice President came there to instruct them not to construct that wall. But they put was a mortar to cover that instruction.
People from the Vice President's office.
Because a petition was taken there, and that is the information I got from someone called Pastor Obed. He lives in the community. They petitioned. So I am asking, as Vice President was going to tour that place, previously Nanado had also toured that place because Zonda has started way back. Did they see the road quality? Did they see the road quality? Did they see the squatters by the road? Did they see it? And were they able to go inside to find out whether or not, because that is the Vice President who's going into a community. And for the Vice President, there ought to be security check to indicate that in case anything happens, where is going to be the route out. And I bet you on anything, if something had happened at the time the Vice President was on a tour at Zondatech, it would have been chaotic. We would have lost the Vice President because there's no exit route. I am saying.
I'm not sure you are supposed to suggest.
No, I am saying.
I can understand the concern as to petitions being sent.
Why do we allow foreign investors to take over access route, complete access route to a community?
Right. Well, I mean, there's a petition and everything.
Yes.
So, it will lend credence to some course of action which has been taken.
Yeah, so what
the
I'm saying
TDC
is that
should be providing a bit more in terms
absolutely,
of
they should visit.
as to what they've done in relation to the petition by the community members.
But I'm saying this quickly, that so long as the vice president has been there now and she's fully seized of the community, she should send a task force from her office to go back to the place and check whether the place she went to, with all the pomp and pageantry, with all the beauty, the decor and everything, the surrounding, the environment is conducive enough for such an establishment to be there. When it rains, the water gets to the waist level of the staff and they can't get into their own place.
I mean, those are
there's some people, yes, I'm telling you, I have videos. They are not able to get in when it rains because they didn't do due diligence. They didn't create the place properly. If you had created a road and a gutter, the water would have gone through. But because they blocked off the place, when it rains, ask them. I'm saying this openly in the media. Ask anybody who lives at Gulf City. They are not able to. The last time it rained heavily, they had to punch holes or create holes in the wall now to flood the road that leads to the homes of other residents. And it was very poor. I have all those videos that I'll show. So this is my point. The Vice President's office should take this up and take it up immediately.
Right, that's Patrice on a concern for residents living in Gulf City, and it will usher us 20 minutes to the top of the hour. We're talking big this morning, but Juliet in Kaswa returns with a message for us and says that please, authorities should find a lasting solution to the bad road along Kaswa SCC Atala stretch. Commuters go through a lot, continuous heavy traffic. The road is still covered with running water. That is a message coming through. You too can share a message with us as we get into the big conversation. We're talking 24-hour economy and all of its related matters right now for you here on the 3FM Sunrise.
The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise.
Now, joining us in studio this morning, joining in the rest of myself and my colleagues, is an avid listener as well of the show. Pretty interesting. Is Dr. Ishmael Ni Amanu Dodu, is Director and Head of Innovative Finance Partnership Markets at the 24-Hour Economy Authority, right? It's an authority now. Kind courtesy the passage of the legislation which created and gave it a legal backing as well in terms of the work that they do at the office of the president. Doc, it's good to have you join us. Good morning to you. I trust at all as well.
Good morning, Mawuena. I'm very delighted to be here, especially to meet Patrice. And Patrice promised that he's going to mention his full name to me. And thank you also to Helen.
Good morning.
Yeah, I feel
Patrice, like you've made a promise to mention your full name to us.
To Doc. Doc wants to expose everything today. So Doc, the name is Patrice Boluvi Dadivi Agalata.
And those are on your
so all those are appellations that Kwame Sefakai placed on me sometimes. So it's something that is stuck with those who would have been listening to radio at the time. So that's it. So Boluvi Agalata. So when you meet what's the name, Bob, just call him
Papa
Boluvi.
Franco.
Papa Franco. Just call him man. Yes, Doc. Good to see you. It's a pleasure to have you in the studio. Yeah. And congratulations thus far.
Thank you.
Right, Doc. We're talking 24-hour economy. I think all of this stems really from conversations we've been having here in relation to national planning and how well we're making progress in terms of definite ideas as to what we're doing. Then the 24-hour economy comes in. It was a simple promise of one job, 3 shifts, right?
And 3 people. 1, 3, 3.
1, 3, 3. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. That's what was marketed to young people, and it continues to be a promise many look forward to seeing. Now the authority has come. A question which a lot of people ask is, okay, where are the jobs in relation to one job going into 3 shifts? And 2 more persons having to join the person who may have been doing it already, or 3 people going into a fresh employment and doing the job all round?
Right, thank you very much. And I fully share the sentiments of many citizens, particularly the youth, who during the elections and the campaign time, were very inspired about this vision. And when you look at the job situation in the country, it's very, very dire. We're talking about over 1.7 million people, youth particularly ages between 18 to 25, who are either jobless or they are in vulnerable employment. But when I say vulnerable employment, what I meant is that you are doing the papa type. It's not sustainable. Today you have it, tomorrow you don't have it. You don't have your pension. You don't have, and you are not paid so well that you'll be able to save and have a meaningful livelihood. So it is a very challenging situation, and so the vision, the 133, is still what we are committed to. And it's actually something that keeps us awake every day, at night every day, because, to have a situation where your first time of securing a job after graduation from university is about 5 years. And we're talking about 100,000 youth coming out of, graduation every year. And less than 10% get job placement. And so the job situation is very high. And the reason this has been happening is because when you look at the way our economy growth in terms of GDP, our GDP is ballooned from $10.6 billion dollars, or I would say 100 billion Ghana cedis, I think. From 1996, when we started, we looked at constructing the 24-hour economy by looking at why the economy is not creating jobs, and you will realize that the GDP from $10.6 billion now is hovering around $130 billion.
Yeah, it's more than $100 billion
yes.
now.
As the GDP is positive, the job situation is going down. So for every $100 added to the GDP, you are able to create less than 10 jobs. So it is the job elasticity of growth is very dire. And therefore, what we tend to do with the 24-hour economy is to stimulate the productivity of the country and ensure that an import-driven country will have to be turned into an export-driven country, where we manufacture all the goods that we actually depend on. And in so doing, you create the derivative industries along it, and then we'll be able to create the jobs. And it is about adding value to the commodities that you have, and some level of import substitution, particularly in the food sector. We have $3.5 billion or so of food import. And so when you try to substitute those to create more of the things that you need, then you'll be able to create the jobs that we're talking about. So 133 is definitely the vision, and it's a destination that we are working assiduously towards. And we believe that we are going to get there. But the sense of urgency is very high, and we feel it. And every now and then, our strategy is to be able to unlock those bottlenecks that is not enabling us to build the industries and create the job avenues so that the jobs can go to the youth. So,
at least from what I'm getting is that the 133 is a destination.
Yes.
Even though it was marketed as though the moment the government comes in, that is kicking off. 133 is kicking off. But now we're understanding that it is a destination, and we're now trying to unlock bottlenecks to reach that destination.
Correct. But as you do that, you are leaving the 133, because there are a number of companies that have been stimulated through the 24 economy program who are actually creating the jobs and are running the 3 shifts. For example, in the petroleum sector, the downstream petroleum sector, over 268 petroleum stations and have the list here, and they're actually running 3 shifts, and they are creating tremendous amount of jobs, through that. There's one site where I think I'll refer to my notes and tell you that they're creating about 30 different sets of jobs, which is leading about 500 people being employed immediately. And these are fuel stations that actually wanted to run the 3 shifts, but the conditions were not ready for them to be able to do that. But through the transfer program, what we are doing is to enable these things to happen. So we bring in security, ensuring that there's lighting system there, and then ensuring that there is traffic coming to these fuel stations. So then
these were, as in the enabling environment was provided, because I hear you mention security and some other things. I want us to get into a bit more in the details in relation to that as well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask very quickly, because I know one of the ways in which the 24-hour economy was to take off was by way of some of these initiatives, including things like reduced electricity tariffs for companies who wish to get involved in the 24-hour economy scheme. Is that something that's already up and running? So for some of these companies in the downstream petroleum sector who are creating more jobs, are they already benefiting from initiatives like reduced tariffs? Is that happening?
Yeah, my asset paying use tariff. So timing use tariffs that we also mentioned. So we're working with Gridco and UCG to be able to make that happen very quickly. But even in the transition to that, yes, they are receiving reduced tariffs because they work in the night and be able to take advantage of the energy situation. But Helen, what you spoke about speaks directly to the issue of incentives. To be able to construct a 24-hour economy, you have to do a number of things. One is looking at the bottlenecks that constrain, because what we are trying to do with the 24-hour economy is to catalyze industrialization and ensure there's export promotion, and then you create the jobs that we are looking at. And you are looking at it from the value chain approach, ensuring that you take every bottleneck on any value chain, because by so doing, then you are able to create the derivative industries along the line. So if you take, for example, cassava, then the cassava, cassava is not just used for food. You can have white glue around it. You can also get ethanol. You can have glutinous substances and so on. So, and all of these are industry oriented, and they create a lot of jobs, and they have huge value in terms of, if you look at the cassava flour, China, for example, is given a zero tariff for 100 million metric tons of cassava flour per year, and that billions and billions of dollars. We are not able to meet that. You look at industrial starch requirements globally and so on. So we don't want to be known as a country that actually only focuses on cocoa, but a country that have good amount of commodities with derivative products that find expression in global markets as well. So we have to incentivize this to happen. And the way you do the incentives is to look at, the energy issue. The cost of energy has to be appropriate. At the moment, Ghana's cost of energy is too high. We're talking 25 cents per kilowatt hour, whereas the average that should stimulate industry growth is about 5 to 7 cents. We are working towards creating that through the energy strategy, which I can explain at the. Then you have to deal with the issue of machinery, the cost of import of machinery. So you have to address the fact that you have to address that component, because our imports in West Africa is in the excess of $1.7 billion per year of industrial machines, and most of them we can actually design them here. If you go to Kokompe or Swami Magazine, there's no point in importing harrows and some tractor equipment and things that you can actually fabricate here. We have iron, huge deposit of iron. You can create you can get the steel and be able to do those, and they are actually doing reverse engineering and doing most of this machinery. So you have to address that constraint. Then you also have to address the cost of capital. Today, if you go to the bank and you want to, take a loan for, we have shortages of tomatoes because Burkina Faso decided that they're
going to can their tomatoes.
Exactly, and they are not exporting that to us. Now, if you go to the bank and say, look, I have these huge tracts of land and I have some equipment and I want to do, commercial production of tomato, they'll say, well, it's too risky. Or they will give you a loan at 35% interest rate and give you a turnaround of 6 months or something. Banks don't work. They are not working with a production setup. They are not working in the industry. So we have to find a way to create that innovative finance that would give producers or small medium enterprises the opportunity to access patient capital, maybe 3 to 5 years or so, with some level of moratorium around them, and less than 10% of interest rate. And you also collateralize the loan, so they don't have to put anything out for collateral. Now, when you're able to do those things, and then you provide a capacity to the SMEs to be constructed to be more bankable and be able to access this loan. If you do all these things, plus waivers, duty waivers for incentives and other things around corporate taxes and so on, then you are stimulating the business environment. And that's what we have spent, since we were since we became an authority last year in February. We have spent that time to be able to build the foundations necessary to enable a huge takeoff. And we have also, so we are mobilizing the resources for the patient capital, which we will announce very soon, creating something. Our target is to create between 5 billion to 10 billion Ghana cedis of patient capital of less than 10%.
Which is readily available for persons to come in, get access to capital.
Because you have the SMEs. We have over 10,000 small medium enterprises occupied in all the productive sectors of the country who are ready to be able to substitute our food import here, and who are ready to go into manufacturing of machine technology and so on. I mean, Ghanaians are ingenious if you look at
they are.
Because I wanted to ask, because ours is not a question of creativity or being able to add value to our raw materials. That isn't what is happening. Because we've had calls to talk about things like shea butter, some of our raw materials, even cocoa, our chocolate. What is it that we're missing when it comes to making it, shall I say, sexier for the world market? And adding value to it. Adding value to it. It sounds
those are the constraints that I've talked about. One, it's to add value, you have to get machinery, processing, and so on, packaging. You have to produce to standards to be able to meet the export standard and so on. All these things are very expensive. Wow. And so you need, and they require a process. So if you go to the bank and they give you 35% interest rate and then ask you to start paying after 3 months, I mean,
it'll be difficult. It'll be difficult. So, well, I would like to congratulate Doc so much for work that they've done thus far at the 24-hour authority place, and I wish them well. My question is that, Doc.
Yeah, it's Doc.
Doc, I think this is more of English language and thesis presentation than what practically is on the ground for people to see. Because the promise of 24-hour was made before the elections. And how many years are we into the new administration? Almost 2 years, right? So, Doc, all these things would have been known by those who came up with the idea of a 24-hour economy. And so these issues that you're raising should have been solved by now, would have been up and running with a lot of aspects of 24-hour economy. But it looks like we're still strutting around a few things, bottlenecks, trying to now do a research to know whether people can do A or B or C. And it doesn't look good in the eyes of people, and it doesn't sound well to well-meaning Ghanaians who are expecting that by this time, 24-hour economy the mall should have been open. China Mall should be open 24 hours. Accra Mall should be open. West Hill should be open 24 hours. All the filling stations should be working 24 hours. Energy, as you mentioned. So it looks like it's a drum that has been beat over and over, and it is dead. It is flat note now for us. So whatever you are saying, I understand. But those are the rudiments of what everybody would know. If you are a policy research person, you know that all these things that Doc is saying are things that everybody should know. But mine is that 24-hour economy, when are we running it? You are doing it in pouches. Some are just coming out. So DVLA has places that they are running 24-hour and so on and so forth. But my point is that it is not grandiose. It's not something that we can celebrate and say that, kudos, you guys have done well.
So, Patrice, I mean, I hear the sentiment, but you also said that, you have said it on many occasions, as I've listened to you, that Rome is not built in a day.
Yeah.
So there's a process to build something. And when you promise your wife or your girlfriend that
I'm not married yet, so if I get something,
your girlfriend.
Miss V.
If you promise her, yesterday that I'm going to get you a house, build you a house, and then the following morning he comes to you and says that where's the key to the house?
Yeah,
it sounds ridiculous. So the point is that, indeed, we have done a lot of research, done a lot of analysis to be able to say, look, this 133 is doable. This 133 shift that we talked about, this is where Ghana should go. And we have been able to design a pathway consistently through the program that we developed. If you look at our program, very comprehensive, very well analyzed, and designed to give you the vision of where we're going, even the development pathway. So it is not that we are now going to do a research or anything. By the time we launched the program, and we launched the program 2024, 2024, right?
Yeah.
We launched the program.
2025.
We launched the program 2025.
Yeah.
And then within 6 months of launching the program, one of the things that we realized is very important is that we have to safeguard this vision. Because when we look at all the countries that have doing what I've done and I've achieved, the, let's say the 133 that we are trying to do in terms of their development imperative. We looked at countries like Singapore. We really look at them very well.
We thank God for Singapore.
We looked at countries like, we look at China and the trajectory of their growth within the last 30 years and how they did it.
Yeah.
So we had all these country people who actually were architects of their development programs come to us, and we talked to them, and they told us, in order to arrive at the Singapore you are looking at, you must consistently implement a policy for 20 years. You have to. It's a building.
Absolutely.
Right. So you have to continue to, and you have to lay the foundations very well. Because it's going to be the tallest building that you can even imagine.
Right.
So the foundation has to be so deep, the roots have to be really deep. And so you have to focus on what this foundation needs to look
Doc,
like.
I need to burst your bubble here.
Yeah,
Doc,
hold on.
Your road network and your transport system would never make 24-hour economy work.
No, hold on. I understand that.
Yeah.
It's multidimensional.
Yeah.
So it's roads, it's transport, it's all kinds of things. But we have to keep our eye on the ball. And keeping our eye on the ball is this. And really need to look at the constraints. The constraints that if you do not address them, you go 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards. And those constraints are the ones that I've explained. One, you need to have sort out your energy very well.
Good.
2, you need to create an enabling environment for capital to come in, whether investments or indigenous. Do you know one of our partners, and he's a former trade minister for UK. He came to our office and we have a good conversations because they believe that 24-hour economy is very transformational, and it is what, not just what Ghana needs, but what Africa needs, in fact. And so, but he said, look, if I have money, I really want to invest because you convinced me enough. But I want to ask you one question. I know a number of Ghanaian rich people who are investing in the UK, investing in Europe, investing in other countries. How many of them have invested so far in Ghana?
In Ghana.
Because the systems here will not favor
exactly.
them.
Is the
systems here will not
so
favor
this
them.
speaks to the constraints. You have to be able to
poor road network,
sanitize the system. If you look
poor
at
road network,
go to where we produce cocoa, for example. Look at the road network to the cocoa production area. The road networks that are going to major agricultural producing areas. So the whole, when we talk about the reset, is a compendium of many things. One of it is the big push that will address some of these road infrastructure issues. The other is the 24 economy, which is focusing us on economic transformation agenda. And the other one is the major aspect of food security that we need to deal with. So the Feed Ghana program and so on.
Right.
And then the economic reform. So, Patrice, I hear you.
Yeah.
And that sense of agency keeps us awake all night.
Yeah.
And I work 24 hours. I don't sleep. As you can see in my eyes. So really, we have to get the fundamentals right.
Yes.
And I have some good news to share with you. So far, within 1 year, we have a pipeline of committed funds, investment of $11.5 billion, which I'll tell you the project.
I've heard that a number of times.
And then the $5.5 billion signed on joint development program agreements with investors that are in the country today, that are working on ensuring that we arrive at this energy issue of 6 to 7 or 6 to 9 cents per kilowatt hour. All right, that initiative alone, by December when this is taking off, all right, I mean it's going to take off before December, but by the time we move from December to January, we're already creating over 60,000 jobs because this. And so you will see things.
Mawuena, I would doubt that.
Just a moment.
You have to come.
Mawuena, just give me 2 seconds.
We're live with Dr. Ishmael Ni Amano Dodo. I need to mention this for listeners who are tuning in because they need to appreciate what conversation we're having. We're live with Dr. Ishmael Ni Amano Dodo. He's a director and head of innovative finance, partnership, and markets at the 24-Hour Economy Authority under the Office of the President. We're talking the country's development, particularly at the base, is a 24-hour economy policy. What was said, what is being done now, and where we're going. Doc was mentioning a pipeline as to investment and whatever. I don't know what, Patrice, you have.
Secured commitment of 5.5 billion.
And secured commitment. I don't know what you have, but I have a few questions as well. But just come in and then I will get us to narrow in a bit on.
I would want to tell Doc that this whole idea, investment and everything will fall flat. It will never materialize. If we don't focus on road network. Look, road network opens up an economy. It opens up an economy. Anybody who has got any investment mind and has a plot of land or huge tracts of land at, what's the name, Shire Hills, can drive from Accra to Shire Hills in 20 minutes and back. MTN can open other branches so many places and not consolidate them at the regional capital. Because they know that if they have to move from here to Pram right now, the traffic that you're going to face on the motorway 25 road. Hold on.
That's an important
If you don't speak to Kwame Agboja to ensure that your road network is properly constructed with, what's the name, proper spatial planning, you lose it. Number 2 is energy. That is how come Valco lost, what's the name, Alcoa in the US. That's how they lost them, because the energy price was too much. And that was how many years ago? So if we don't work on energy, we are never going to get to this point. You need security.
I've heard Doc mention.
No, let me tell Doc.
So I'll tell you about
security.
On energy.
Security. Anybody going to work at night needs security. If the filling station is supposed to work at night, they need security. Otherwise, armed robbers would attack them. So if you don't work at all these things, the 24-hour economy will fall flat. There are so many people in the UK and US, as you are referring to. They have so much money. But when they come into the country and they realize these bottlenecks, what they do is that they go back.
So a quick one to respond. Number one, in terms of road network, the 24-hour Economy Authority, because of the multidimensional nature of our work, coordination is very important. So at the level of cabinet, we are coordinated with critical ministries that ministers that we need to work very closely with. Yesterday I had a meeting with the head of Civil Service and Civil Service Commission and all the chief directors. That is one of the things we're doing, also to ensure that ministries are coordinated and align their priorities in support of the 24-hour economy. Yeah. All right. So our work with Abuja, for example, is to look at how we align the big push strategically towards the areas where we're going to develop the agroecological parks and industrial parks, and how we align it to the corridors that we are setting up. We're setting up tube-based corridors, corridors of vegetables, and so on and so forth. And we're also addressing the whole issue of movements of goods and services cheaply through transportation, through the Volta Lake infrastructure transportation.
As a Volivo bridge.
Yeah, there's Volivo Bridge, but there's also the Volta Lake transport system.
Right.
We just signed the contract. We are working on the concessions. We a contract with VRA to be able to hold it and bring the needed investors to be able to ensure that you can use the Volta Lake as a transport corridor. You remember, many countries that have done massive industrialization have done it around the river system. So you've done River Rhine, you look at the Suez Canal and all those things. So that's the vision. And that is actually the vision that Kwame Nkrumah had. And so we are reinvigorating that. All right. So we have lined up investors that are coming in to be able to do the dredging, do the charting the canal networks and so on. And there's now having strong conversations with the communities. There's about 36 communities that will be affected and the fisher folks. So we are addressing the road network. The second one is energy. The energy, we signed with Artery Energy, 5.5 billion. There's the Bupe Solar Battery project that's about $1.45 billion. Yeah. The joint development agreement has been signed. Funds have been committed, and they will generate about 1.5 megawatts. 1,500 megawatts, which is 1.5 gigabytes.
How is it going to affect?
So that's about 40% of your current energy production that you have in the system, right. And that is taking off. And that energy will be directed towards the areas of industrialization.
So there are more of such agreements in relation to the Helen.
I wanted, and I hope I can articulate this question properly, because
3FM.
It seems.
Take your time and articulate.
I will.
I really want to hear you.
It seems as though the tentacles of the 24-hour economy authority are now spread very wide. And in its very simplistic form, during the time of campaigning, it was 133, and that's how the masses understood it. That marriage between politics and what's actually happening on the ground, how are you able to, shall I say, absorb that pressure? Because I'm very sure that at the authority there is some pressure that comes your way, and with the youth asking, where are the jobs? We were told 133. How do you explain to the masses that it's an intricate job that you're trying to do here, road network, electricity, investment, and at the same time allay the fears that this is just another promise, managing that pressure from the masses whilst keeping your eye on the prize when it comes to the long-term vision of the 24-hour economy?
No, Ellen, this is a very important question, and I'll tell you why I like your question. When you have a vision like this, it's a very ambitious vision, which has to be delivered very quickly because of the urgency of, taking people out of hardships and poverty and creating the jobs of the youth. And then at the same time, it's a change management program, because you are changing the behavior of industry. You are changing the way we approach our development imperatives to confine them towards key areas where you need to, for example, put the roads. You just don't have to put it anywhere. You have to be very strategic about where the roads go to open the economic corridors. And then just opposing that on the politics, the way the country is so divided along political ideologies. Some of them, I hear Patrice talking the other day talking about how our politics don't just deliver. And so people are frustrated about what politics is, to the extent that if democracy is actually an animal, it was killed yesterday. You understand? So how do you manage that? You know, the first thing you need to understand is that you have to do is that, look, it's the reality. So we spend a lot of time engaging people, engaging key partners or stakeholders of the economy. For example, we have over 10,000 small medium enterprises who have approached it. Before we launched the program, we spoke individually to over 3,500 people and groups of people. Right? Yesterday, I had more than 5 meetings in my office, back to back, and so on. So yes, the pressure is there, but this is one of the values that we have as an authority: service. We are delivering a service to the country, and our sense of urgency is deriving from the fact that when we walk on the street and we see the hardships on the faces of the youth, it tells you have to do something very quickly. So this is our occupation, it's a vocation, and for me it's a calling. Much like somebody who's a doctor would say, that's how I would say. So I don't have any real answer to do, but what I would say is that I commit myself, or we on Nguzi in particular, day in, day out, all of us commit ourselves to make sure that we hear people, we understand what they feel, we are compassionate, and we want to move with them. And that is the value system of the 24-Hour Economy Authority. Now, one of the things that I would say before I see that Mawuena wants to come in is that, you know, we as a country need to realize that this pathway where we want to industrialize the country, we want to maximize our human capital, our machines, the essence of the country, what God has blessed us with, and we want to use everything to create wealth and prosperity for the nation. It's an undertaking that requires patience, diligence, fastidiousness, and we have to focus on the ball, and we have to tone down the politics that actually detract us from doing it, because the 24 Economy Program is a good thing. Whether you are MPP, CPP, or whatever, this is a good thing. This is what we really actually will bring food to the table. This is actually a platform or a vehicle that will ensure that when you desire to become, a guru or a whiz kid in the IT sector, that you'll be able to do it because you see all these industries that are springing up and you can design a solution for them. So it brings us back to the point where Ghanaians can dream again, and Ghanaians will bring the full essence of what God has given them into the system.
Right. Doc, I've heard you speak and explain in great detail what the plan is. Even on the website, I see that the name for the authority has taken on a new dimension. Now it's 24-Hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development. Yes. That's what the website says. I'm going to get into a bit more in terms of the projects, pipeline investment, and all of that. But let's start off first with the capital. You were speaking about capital, which was readily available, which was going to come for a lot of SMEs in about 5 billion. In terms of how much capital could be ready. Where are we on that? Because for a lot of businesses, access to capital has become a big deal. And you say we've done a lot of work in that regard. Where are we on that? How soon do we see capital that you speak about become readily available for SMEs to latch onto, and then we can say we've ended that one bottleneck of capital being readily available for SMEs?
I'll be very cautious about timing, but I believe that where we are, by December or before that, we should be able to have that capital on stream.
How much, at least in terms of what we're looking at?
170 million plus 280 million, that's about $450 million. That will come in. And these are pooled. So we are pooling the capital with DBG. Development Bank of Ghana, so that capital that we are pooling becomes a development capital. Ultra conceptional loan, very cheap, have these patients because of the moratorium that we can get on it, and we are also working with the Bank of Ghana to bring our insurance on stream to be able to collateralize the loan via that insurance system. In fact, we've gone to the extent of creating what we call so this capital will come in as a small medium enterprise facility with all these conditions, the characteristics that I've explained. But we also got to the extent of holding that capital in the sandbox so that it is not affected by the forex in case things change very quickly, because we want to be able to ensure that there's a fixed rate, and then there's the SMEs can also predict how much they're paying and so on. So this is what we have created, and we're going to create more of those. We want to bring in more of those, because
in excess of $400 million is expected at least by close of year, which can become a point where SMEs can look at.
Correct. So it will be unlended to various commercial banks, but when they go, is a bespoke product. You understand? So because you go and this is what you're applying for. Now the way it is going to work is that we created an ecosystem where SMEs will apply, and in fact most of them, we have over 10,000 we are looking at, and we are working with them. We're working with the small medium enterprises to ensure that they are also very bankable. They have their systems, their governance systems, they're registered in place. They have all those things. And so we are categorized them into different categories of support. So those who need funds, those who need some technical support to manage their books. So everything that can help a bank to see that, okay, you have the risk in this investment. We are working on it so that in the end, this money will be matched with pipelines. And the pipelines, it's agnostic of politics. So I want to say that it's no guarantee that because you vote for an MPP and you hold a card that somebody said, well, you can't have it. You can, or because you have an NDC card. No, we are building a nation. All right. This is not to say that. You don't look after grassroots. Well, of course, if you are a grassroots and you are bankable and you have, you should be able to get it. And the same way, if wherever you are, because we have to ensure that we build a nation where your political affiliation is a value. It's actually a value.
Right.
Rather than a liability to the nation building. All right. So,
Doc, I'm not too sure if we are talking about 24-hour economy. It's sounding more like we are talking a development plan or a development strategy. To be very sincere, I am speaking just by listening to Doc. I've taken myself out of the studio and I'm outside listening to Doc to find out whether whatever I'm hearing is something that is geared towards a 24-hour economy or a national plan, because it looks more like funds are coming in to support people who want to go into business, who want to do A, B, C, D, and E. Those are funds to support people. I am looking at, Doc, tell me, when exactly is a 24-hour economy taking off for people to see? What is ADB doing? What is the development bank doing? If we say these are the ones that we are latching on, then it's more like a development plan. And in that regard, how is the 24-hour economy idea, which is a political party's idea, going to be hinged onto what the National Development Commission?
NDPC, National Development
is doing,
Commission,
and where Ghana is headed, and how you'll be able to gazette it such that if all these ideas that you're talking about, they come to fruition, it wouldn't be kicked out should any other political party take over the reins of government.
All right. So the first thing,
when is the 24-hour economy taking off?
24-hour economy has taken off. We have Act 1164 that ensures that the foundation for the 24-hour economy to sustain itself beyond politics has come. All right. So we have that. Then I've just explained to you that this is an economy. It is not a project. It's not a program. It's an economy. And what are the elements of economy? Trade, production, all right, markets. So we are building the constituents of these markets, of these things. And one of the critical things to allow people to actually trade in the economy, to produce the tomatoes or the vegetables you need, is capital. So you have to make sure that that capital is available. That capital is not available today because it's too expensive. People cannot access it, which is why we are importing everything, because it's easier to import. It's cheaper to import. Now, the challenges of your import is that you end up importing $350 million per year of your Mawuena. That's what we are importing. And to the extent that you have these Mawuena actually becoming a menu in restaurants. When did Mawuena start becoming a menu in restaurants? So, Patrice, just get with the program. We have to unlock this patient capital and make sure that they are easily accessible to those who run the economy. And these are small, medium enterprises. 80% of our economy is run by them.
How many people would we get on? You see, the point is that there was a 133 that you mentioned. That so in the minds of people, we are going to run a shift program where there will be job. So when you get to the Tema Enclave,
no, I'll come to you on the 133.
Yes, industries are already doing that.
There's a question I was going to ask, which you partly asked in relation to having listened to Doc as well. It is suggestive of everything that this is looking like a plan for development of the country. Even as we talk 133, it is suggestive of a new national development plan of some sort, because it's long term, it's seeking to attack or tackle different sectors of the economy. Is that the sense, or is that the thinking at the authority, even as you continue in your operations? Because we've had conversations here every now and then about a national development plan, and I speak to Agenda 2057 because at least that's the last document we have from the NDPC in relation to a national development plan. But when I hear you speak, we're talking Grow 24. We haven't even spoken about the different modules and policies which you have. But it's suggestive as though this is some new development plan which is being tackled.
It's not a new development plan that's being tackled. Is an execution strategy to take Ghana from where we were or we are today into the Singapore type of Ghana that we are looking at.
And that is a plan.
And yes, of course, it's a plan. But it's a development pathway. All right, it's very focused on creating an economy with all these elements to ensure that Ghana becomes very productive. And we are very specific about it. Specific in the sense that we are focusing on key areas of the productive economy which can help us to lift off, as in agriculture and agribusiness, manufacturing, and manufacturing of all types of things that we need. For example, anything that we import, the question then is, can we produce it here? So this is a pathway to be able to produce the things that you import. You import 80% of your vaccines. This is very dangerous for the country. So our pharmaceutical program is to ensure that we can get essential drugs manufactured here, our vaccines manufactured here, and so on and so forth. And so the idea is therefore then create the manufacturing hubs through the industrial parks that we are building. And if you go to Malaysia, Singapore, that's how they develop.
Doc, you're not speaking like Abu Zakara.
No.
I want us.
I'm telling you. But the thing is that the difference is that this is private sector led. So you are courting a relationship with the private sector, enabling them to be able to take lead, to invest in all these things, rather than government taking public.
Doc, I'm not just interjection. I want you to tell me that, for example, if the vaccines that we are creating here, we're doing only 2%, under the 24-hour economy, you're going to create a system where vaccines will be produced up to 80% here. It's going to employ 2,500 people, and it's going to generate a GDP of so and so. But if it is tomatoes that we are going to do, now we are producing 20,000 tons. Under the 24-hour economy, we are going to employ 60 more people who are going to ensure that we produce 1 million tons of tomatoes, which is going to affect the economy in this way and contribute. Those are the practical things
But
I
those
want
are
to
the things
hear.
that you are actually speaking our language. If you actually have looked at our program,
yes, Doc.
A policy document, 1.7 million jobs. This is how much we want to substitute. Year 1, 30%, year 2, 60%, year 3, 80%.
Which is what I want us to get
everything
into.
That we
actually, which is what
that's what we
which is what I want us to get into, because the modules, the modules are there, and the target is 1.7 million jobs by end 2028.
Yes. 2028.
Yes. So, I mean, already you've told us there's $5 billion US dollars in commitment. Yes. Where are these commitments going to? What are they translating into? When are we expecting to see them come through? We know there's the 11 billion, which is in terms of what we've been able.
And it's actually more than that today.
But 5 billion is guaranteed and assured, and it's coming into the Ghanaian economy.
So it's going to. There's 1.45 billion investment.
I want you to speak in a bit. So maybe I'll twist this for you.
1.45 billion investment in the 1.5 gigabytes of energy, Bupe Solar Battery Project, all right? Then we have
that investment has been secured. It's coming into the country.
Secured, yes. Then we have the Carbon-Wille oil palm complex. This investment will produce 228,000 tons of crude palm oil at maturity for consumption and export, and is targeting a job of 120,000. And this is really focused on bioenergy, all right? Then you have the Bupe Damanco 550 million investment in bioenergy program. All right.
These are different projects.
These are different projects. We've signed joint development agreement.
And they are coming in when?
They are here. Actually, Energy is here.
They started work.
They started work. They have their office in Accra, all right, and they are moving. So what we are working on is, designing the park complex and so on and so forth.
They've got the land. They have an idea of where it's going to be stationed.
So one of the things that you will see by December is that all the lands that are earmarked for various industrial parks, and I've provided a list of projects that are there. You'll have an architecture drawing of all those, and then where the lands are. To be able to accelerate industrialization, one of the key constraints has been land. You know the land
tenure system.
So we adopted a process called the participatory land access model, with communities that own the land, huge tracts of land that can lend themselves to our industrial parks development, agro parks development. And we work with these communities to look at the value of their land, provide a futuristic value of the land, and convert that into an equity in the investment complex. So could you imagine that a $1.45 billion investment on your land, and you are giving probably 3 to 5% of equity value? Suddenly you create economic value for yourself. And we are doing that with the landowners themselves, and they have accepted this theory. And it's also based on what we call a free, prior, informed consent, where the details of the project will be told to you, including its maturity and what the values and the income, the revenue that are going to come on it, with all the simulations, so that the landowners really understand that. And then on the basis of that, there's an agreement on the equity value. And what is helpful to the investors is that, one, there's no litigation in the land. You can get it at more than 30 years or 50 years concessions, and you don't have to pay the cumulative years of concessions in advance
at a go,
because it's very expensive. It's very expensive for investors. So you pay yearly. But of course, the moment the contract is signed, the first year of concession rent is paid. And the landowners, landowners really love this. And this is really an interesting model. And it's a model that we are using for all of our projects because we want to make sure that owners of land can create assets with the land that they have, economic asset with the land that they have, to the extent that they can really decide to be able to say, okay, I'm floating my equity on a security exchange so that somebody can buy the equity and create a value for himself.
Right. So you were going on about the project. So by December, you've mentioned the energy, the Damongo, the oil palm. All of them have taken off. 5 billion worth of investment have taken off already.
Yes. Yeah. You know.
And between you and these companies, there are timelines you're working with to see by which they begin a bit more in terms of work.
Within 18 months to 2 years, the 1.5 gigabytes should be already being produced.
Which is something which will be not added to the to the national grid as well.
But the strategy with that is that we want to make sure that all these projects are structured in small special purpose vehicles, SPVs, to enable Ghanaians to be able to actually participate in terms of investment to it. All right. So we created all these conditions for that, so that to the extent that Gridco, for example, can decide to invest in this SPV and participate in the expansion of the energy to the various industrial parks.
We saw recent partnerships as well signed with the Volta River Authority.
Correct.
In relation to some agro parks. A recent MOU of some sort.
It's a Volta Lake transport system.
The Volta Lake transport system and the investment. What is that? When Ghanaians hear, okay, 24-hour economy has signed a pact with VRA about Volta transport system, the thinking is, okay, how does that immediately translate to anything beneficial to me?
Okay, so one of the things that is very critical to the 24 economy is establishment of the Volta Economic Corridor and the Volta Lake Transport Infrastructure System as a means of transporting our goods, the production, all right, to facilitate easy movement of goods to market, all right. We are targeting the Sahelian market as one of the biggest off-takers of our export products because the economy is already pulled to us, all right? So the Volta Lake transport system, in order to be able to attract the needed investment to create, the inland ports and the barges that will be carrying goods, both liquid and hard products from the north to the south and through the dredging all the way to the border countries, you need to have a concession. And Volta River Authority had the concession for this. So the signature, so we are in negotiation with them to be able to get a concession, and then working with the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund to be able to mobilize the needed investment to build it up.
You see, Doc, Mawuena and Helen, this is my question. Let us avert our minds to one thing.
Yeah.
All these are economic development initiatives, which are brilliant. They are brilliant. I love them. But the 24-hour economy, what's the name, promise was employment ready. I have seen the one at 1.7 million jobs. I don't want to go into that because some could be permanent, some could be temporary jobs. But I am saying that in all these things, Doc, so with the VRA that you have gone into a certain relationship with or signed something, the power badge and so on and so forth, how many jobs is it going to create for the people? That is what the people out there want to know. Because these are economic indices. Fine, beautiful. The badge will be there. We are going to put a question of exactly
how many jobs.
We're going to put 50 boats on the Volta Lake now. And every boat will have 3 people manning it. Those who are going to load and offload will be 20. So in a day, we could have 150 people working there. It can carry so and transport people. You know, those are the things we want to hear.
And I'll have Doc speak to that.
We do have, you know, Patrice, you're actually making the work very easy for me. Because you sent your question, you answered it. All these details, all these initiatives that I've created, there are quite a tall list of them. Very, very clearly in terms of how the project is structured, in terms of phases and so on, what comes first and second. If you take, for example, the dredging, the jobs that it will create in terms, we have the statistics and we're able to pull all those things together and give it to you. I mean, it's not, because you need in your memo, in developing your project memo, you have to be able to set out all those details,
right?
And you know, and so we have the details.
So even with the
so we'll be able to tell you how many
economic the transport system,
the jobs. It's very clear the number of jobs to go into, and that's actually our pathways for the jobs, the 1.7 million jobs that we are talking about.
Right.
You know, the construction industrial parks, those, the electricians, the mechanics, and all those that will construct it, those who will run it, who will maintain it. The BP energy project, for example, the parks, 40,000 hectares of solar farm parks, the managers and the electrical engineers, the mechanical engineers, and all those people that we have all these jobs by capacities and skills that are required.
Well,
but Patrice, let me before you come in, you know, one of the things that actually concerns me most is whether or not the jobs that we are creating will have Ghanaians occupy them, and I'll explain why.
In terms of skills training.
And yes, because you have today. And Patrice, you know that. If you were to build a house today, look at all the magnificent constructions that are going on in Greater Accra. I saw statistics that about $3.5 billion was pumped into the Greater Accra economy, targeting the real estate.
Real estate, yeah.
And it is very true. If you look at all the 80 to 90% of those who construct this are not Ghanaians.
Where are they coming from?
Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire. So if you look at the number of jobs, they're coming from the silent countries and so on. And because I speak French, so I made the point to try and find out where these people are coming from. And these are the countries that they're coming from.
So there's a concern as to skills gap even when
$3.5 billion have been put into the, so this, you know, so how do we? So one of the things we have to do in terms of job, and we are working on, is a program that will help to skill Ghanaians through the TVET system.
That's also part of what you're doing at the 24-hour economy.
To move them from...
You think could potentially hinder the speed? Because as you mentioned, when you get out there, there's pressure from the boys, pressure from the girls. They want to see you deliver on that promise. And you have this very intricate, you know, web that you're weaving behind the scenes. But we know what that pressure could mean if in 2, 3, 4 years, Ghanaians don't feel that impact. So... Twofold question, and one is whether or not the web has become a bit too intricate, and also even 2, 3, 4 years, the populace say we're seeing a lag in this initiative. What would you say has caused that lag?
I wouldn't see a lag in this initiative because I feel that we are actually moving there. If you look at look at countries and how they mobilize foreign direct investment within a year. I mean, it is very rare for a country to mobilize $5.5 billion already. And this is new money that is coming into the system, okay? So I am very hopeful, and because of the partnerships that we have built, the 24-hour economy, we are not there to implement programs. We lead the execution of programs. So we build strategic partnerships that will enable this to happen. So for example, the skills, we have straight partnership with people who are in a TVET and a skills training to come up with a comprehensive program to build the skills that are necessary for industry to have in terms of its varieties and where they see the skills going. There is one of the things that we'll see on stream is, for example, there's going to be a platform where people can apply. As the jobs are being created, they are being loaded on a platform, and people can apply to those, and there'll be the types of skills that are needed, and so on. So
right.
Yeah, whether you want to work in first shift or second shift, and so on, all these things is going to be. And all these things are people that are working. When you think about within 8 years of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah being president, he did all these things that we're talking about. And how did he do it? His thinking is not to say, well, let's start a pilot. We've gone beyond pilot. Where we are today, we need a surgical operation where blood can spill in order to go to the cancer and kill that cancer.
Hey, Doc.
All right? So it requires, you have to be very tenacious.
Yes. But Doc, your presentation indicates that we are still at that level. We have not done the surgical operation.
We're speaking to...
We are doing the surgical operation.
No, you are not.
Dr. Ishmael
By now, all Goyle stations in the country should be running 24 hours.
That's the point. That's the point I'm going to. I'm actually going to the places because we've seen a number of institutions which are running a number of projects in relation to 24 hours.
Yeah.
How many companies have we gotten on board who are running? I know Patrice mentioned the DVLA, but there are a number of them which are
government institutions.
No, both government and private, which have created jobs as we speak. Do we have a situation like that?
One of the things that I was trying to do, but I didn't have the time to do it. And we are working with Ghana Statistics, GSS services, and also the various government entities that are running ships, that to be able to come out, give the nation a comprehensive overview of what is happening in all of them. And I'll give some example. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, and it is very clear, it's a public information. Please reach out to them and they will give you this information.
Publishing company, they are running 24 hours.
Running 24 hours. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, they run in 24 hours, and they are able to triple their income along the 3 shifts line. They'll be able to increase their employment more than 3 times and so on. And all the names and the statistics and everything is there. And they did this presentation to the Presidential Committee on Advisory Committee on Azure Export. The President was chairing that, and this is so. Please, an authority, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, will be able to, give.
And there have been job creations as well.
Job creation and income, and strengthen the efficiency as well. Then you have the police. The police have set up a unit called the Police in the 24-hour.
That's a unit under the Ghana Police Service as we speak.
A unit under Ghana Police Service. They're giving them the logistics to be able to do that, including the freshest intakes that are coming. A lot of them are targeted towards strengthening the police services to provide the security that is needed
during the night.
Then Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, they are starting to open by I think 12 lanes or the major Accra Tamamoto way.
Okay.
The construction of that is going to be 24 hours.
All right. Look, the police is already working 24 hours.
Right. No, we have to wrap up. So I need to ask a few more questions because we're almost at 50. There's another conversation we need to have pretty quickly as well.
Forgive me my trespasses.
Yes. Doc, there's a curious question as well in relation to the 24-hour market.
Correct.
There appears to be a confusion, if we can call it that, between 24-hour economy and is that also within your remit? Because we see that is being handled by the district chief executives. Where are we on that? And how is the 24-hour market playing out in what is a 24-hour economic policy?
I thought Patrice was going to ask that question. So actually,
no, I was going to ask that question. In fact, it was one of the many things we have earmarked. So,
and I see the island was giving you the nod. So. No, the 24-hour economy, the market is within the remit of the Ministry of Local Government and Religious Affairs. Of course, this is the whole. The whole ethos of the 24-hour economy is within our remit. So, to the extent that we provided what a 24-hour economic market.
So that plan is coming from the secretary,
not
from
the plan. The economy itself, in terms of the key elements that should constitute a 24-hour economic market. For example, the cold chain stores, the warehousing, logistics, and all of those things, and which markets should target what inflows of what commodities and how it is linked to different markets. One market leading to another market, and so on, and the strategic locations to enable industry to be able to bring their manufactured products to those
onto those markets.
Yeah, so those ideological strategy that we provided, but the construction itself, is within the remit of the municipal local government. I think they have delegated that authority to the MCEs to be able to do that, and we get sued. By people, for example.
So those are the authority. You are getting sued because there are conversations about land.
With it, yeah. So it's a good question you ask. So I want to be very emphatic that it is within the remit of the Ministry of Local Government and Religious Affairs.
Good roads, streets, lights, proper transport systems.
I think as we're wrapping up, right? As we're wrapping up. Yes. There's a lot of expectations, but what should people be taking away from this conversation in relation to what the new expectation of the 24-hour authority should be? Because we know it's 133, but now you're making us understand that it is not something that is, it's supposed to be a process and it's not an event.
Yeah. So number one, there are many enterprises that are running the shifts, and we're going to see more of them coming on. There's going to be actually an exhibition by AGI sometime in September, and there'll be an enclave on 24-hour economic enclave where you go and see those industries that already are running the shifts, and they can talk to you and give you their live experience. Number two, they should expect incentives that will enable them to do that. Right now, one of the things that we're expecting is that you should lean towards not just local market but export market, and we will help you to structure your demand, because one of the key aspects of SMEs actually being able to run more is the fact that made in Ghana goods are not patronized by Ghanaians themselves.
3FM.
All right, so we have to stimulate that market. If you have $3.5 billion of import of food, and you can produce it, that is your market. So we want to make sure that made in Ghana goods actually will maximize this market. And the way we are doing it is the incentives that are coming, fiscal and non-fiscal incentives. Things like, for example, if you bring a machine to be able to process your goods and bring in the umamishito and all those packaging, that those machines don't attract duty. So it helps you to minimize your capex and so on. So they should expect that incentives will be passed that will enable them to do that. Number three, they should reach out to us so we can onboard them to the 24-hour economy, so that they can have the incentives. They can also have the enterprise support that they need at no cost to them, so they can actually. And then we're going to see a lot of these projects that are coming on stream. At least these projects will be ready to launch the jobs that are needed to create. So by December, some people should be able to get some jobs more.
More jobs by December. Yes. Doc, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in studio. I'm sure there's a bit more.
I would like to come back.
There's more in terms of a conversation. We need a part two, part three.
Exactly. To really talk about our development.
Absolutely. And we'll look forward to the messages as well as we continue the conversation. Dr. Ishmael Ni Amanu Dodo is Director and Head of Innovative Finance, Partnership and Markets at the 24-Hour Economy Authority under the Office of the President. He's been our guest over the last 1 hour as we've had.
They call me the Chief Partnership Officer.
Chief Partnership Officer as well. I'm going to go for this break. When we return, we have some friends who are doing some work in relation to some cleaning who will join us. We'll have some quick conversations and then we can run out of the studio. This is the 3FM Sunrise. Please stay with us.